when you sit on one of your hands with a tennis ball.
Oh, you mean the actual thing? Yes, yeah. I'm sorry. Do you want to let our listeners know what it is? They don't already know.
Yeah, and it makes it feel like a stranger's doing it.
No one's ever done that.
That's a word-for-word quote from Gone in 60 Seconds.
No, it's not from that. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Yeah, they do
It's
talk about
just
that
like,
when they're in the
"Here's
hospital.
dude,
No.
Hear the stranger. And I'm watching this as a kid having no fucking clue.
This is actually really funny because we're gonna start off with 20 minutes on actual cock talk, and then later with history lessons for the next hour. But everyone who listens to me is like, yeah, we get it. It's gonna be about dicks the whole time. Actually, it's not. Okay.
It's actually not.
We swear to you, it's not, but it might be. But it's not.
Only
I
another
actually
15,
don't know.
20 minutes, and then it'll get to real, actual other stuff. You know.
So, all right, I'm gonna actually start. Are we recording?
Are we
You
recording?
know how to count? Just
I
count it down
didn't
from
start.
5.
It just said 3.
You can't see
and
that?
it disappeared.
Yeah, that's how you do professional. It doesn't
Shit,
say
so-
go. You count down and you go 5, 4.
3, go. It doesn't ever.
No, you
I
don't
even did the
actually
pen.
say it.
I did that. I did the pen.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's okay, you
Oh.
guys. It's our first
Oh.
podcast. We're still working out the kinks.
It is. So, guys,
Now
this
put in the
is-
video of working out the kinks. I'll send it to you.
This is
Gotcha,
Dylan
YouTube.
and Joe and Dom Basement Podcast.
Did he just say my name twice?
I don't
No,
know.
he said
Did I say
Dylan and Joe and
Dom.
David and
Which is
Dom?
not what the
I'm
podcast is.
I'm gonna stop.
It's the Dylan and Joe
interrupting you.
Basement Podcast featuring Chachi.
Featuring Chachi. Featuring Chachi. I'm debuting for the first time my new pair of sunglasses. I'm very excited to share this with you guys. It's a big step for me. I've had the
You
same
look
for a
nice,
while.
man. You look
I
cool.
also am very excited about today's topic. It's not
I
just
bet
me
you
here.
are.
I'm one of the 3 hosts. My name is Pig Venus, also Dylan. Who else is with me today? Can I hear anyone? No one?
Pistachio disguisey. They come out of the person.
And cock my sock.
That's good.
There we go.
I see what you did
So
there.
now anyone who wasn't
see what
really
you did
listening to
there.
the episode, they're all closed out of the video now. They're all out. Now we have the real fans are still here. There we go.
Yeah.
The real fans.
Out all the nuns
I'm a fan.
are all stopped listening. Or not.
There we go.
Maybe they are listening. But
Either way.
today's a real unique episode. I've had on the roster for probably about 10 years because everyone said no.
Yeah.
So today we're talking.
Oddly enough, I said yes immediately, which is weird for me
I
because
just-
I've
I
said
just
no
did-
to much more tame things than this, and I was like, yeah. I think we were just like on one, as they say.
I don't even think I responded. Honestly.
Dominic was confused. I
still don't.
But
I
you
don't know
wanted to
what
be
we're
confused
doing.
because we were like, let's not even tell him. Let's just do the episode and make him do it.
Yeah, I really can't wait to see what my like. This will be fun.
It'll be fun. So the coolest thing about this topic is some of the most achieved, if that's a word, some of the most accomplished, fucking
better word.
incredible people in this world are named Dick. So today we're gonna rattle off a couple facts, couple biography information, couple of stories, couple of kills, a couple of
Oh
things
wow! Spoiler alert! Very cool.
about guys named Dick. So, best dicks. Let's go. Who's
All right, ready to hear what I assumed this was?
Yeah.
Because I went back and couldn't find the message or text or whatever when you said let's do this.
It's better
so
that way.
I had absolutely nothing to go off of. So I'm not going to change my list. I'm just going to be doing the biggest dicks in history, like assholes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
That's a different list.
okay. Yep. Cool. All right, Dom. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, Dom's got a list of famous porn
I'm
stars.
gonna have to alter my list to add it to Dom's thing.
Most famous male porn stars, and then also guys named Dick. Cool episode. Let's go.
Hell yeah! This is exactly I will. I knew it would be better if I didn't ask to clarify what we were doing.
Yeah, that's why neither of us chose to enlighten you until this
Or
moment.
talk about it at all. So I'm going to start with one of the most famous dicks that that throughout history, Joe. A complete fucking dick.
Fuck you. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, it's such a dick. All right. No more. Just
No more facts about me?
be serious.
Piece of shit.
Be serious. I know. Well, dude, stealing a Twix bar from a convenience store isn't being a dick.
Hey, oh wait, this is not public information. You know what? You know I know you're a piece of shit because I'm a dick and I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Okay. Did
How
you
about
get-
that?
When you did that, did you get arrested by the priest? Did you detain?
Yeah. I get detained in Christ, and I had to do a confession to wipe away the record. Yeah, that was
Absolved.
gonna be on my permanent record.
Wait,
Yeah, I had
so
to be
you
absolved.
actually had to go to confession and say, "Hi, Your Honor, I,
Your Honor,
Majesty,
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I hit my friend on purpose, and I stole. Please,
That dude, that'd be so hilarious. The guy is like the principal gets called, and then I get taken up to the priest. And I walk into his office, priest office, and he's like, "Hello, my son," and I'm like, "I masturbated."
Well, the funniest thing is,
I don't know
like,
how
"What
you
about the
found
other
out, but
thing?"
I'm sorry, and it won't happen again.
the funniest thing
Priests
is,
don't care about stealing.
As a
If it was the
church-
Ten
It's not a
Commandments rewritten,
commandment.
it'd be "Thou shalt not masturbate, thou shalt not have premarital sex." All the rest, whatever, you get it. It's the
Yeah.
only thing they care about is the jerking off thing.
No,
They
well,
don't
the
care about
funniest thing
stealing.
is that's literally what it is. Like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade or whatever it is.
What other sins you
had to go to
committed?
confession.
Lying? Of course
That's
you're
pretty
lying.
much all you said is you're like, yeah, I masturbated.
We can count this as the
Look 'em in the
10th
eye,
episode in a
yeah,
row. We talked about priests jerking off kids. We're going for a record. This is our new theme.
Well, we've all told priests this,
Dude,
yeah.
literally the last 3 times I've edited, the first 20 minutes are about priests jerking off. Like every single one. And it always comes up naturally. Unlike my dick after I steal a Twix. Not natural.
Wow, nothing like that, Rush.
For the record, I'm a left Twix guy, not a right Twix guy, and I think you all know what I'm talking about.
Really? How do you even get it out? You got to get the right one out first. See, how do you fucking get the left one out first?
Open the left side.
I'm a southpaw.
Are you lefty?
No,
You ever
just
hear,
when it comes
you
to
ever hear of the
Twix.
stranger?
Yeah. Where you eat the Twix with one hand and the other hand you smell it.
No, it's
It tastes just like the left Twix when I'm eating the right Twix. It's so weird. Our brains are strange that way.
it's when you sit on one of your hands with a tennis ball.
Oh, you mean the actual thing? Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you want to let our listeners know what it is if they don't already know?
Yeah, and it makes it feel like a stranger's doing it.
No
That's
one's
a
ever
quote-
done that.
That's a word-for-word quote from Gone in 60 Seconds.
No, it's not from that. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Yeah, they do
This
talk
guy
about
just
that
like-
when they're in the
It is,
hospital.
dude.
No,
Did you
no,
ever
no.
hear the
It's-
stranger? And I'm watching this as
Oh.
a kid having no fucking clue.
This is actually really funny because we're gonna start off with 20 minutes on actual cock talk, and then later with history lessons for the next hour. But everyone who listens to me is like, "Yeah, we get it. It's gonna be about dicks the whole time." Actually, it's not. Okay,
It's actually not.
We swear to you, it's not, but it might be. But it's not.
only
I
another
actually
15
don't know.
20 minutes, and then it'll get to real, actual other stuff. You know.
So, all right, I'm gonna actually start with Richard Iris Bong. His name is
Dick bong.
specifically Major Dick Bong. This is a guy.
Dylan's gonna have the best
Oh.
list. I can already tell.
Major Dick Bong. Born
All right.
in 1920. Decided
Obviously, in a time before his name was funny. You never know how funny your name is going to be when you die. Joe Collins could be like, "You mean giving a hand job to a monkey? That's so funny." His name was Joe Collins. I can't believe his name was Joe Collins.
Exactly.
I mean, Dick Bong at the time was like, "We don't call penises dicks. We don't call smoking apparatuses bongs." So his name is just Richard Bong. It's not a big deal. You know?
What did they call
But now
it?
it's funny as hell.
Like, it's pretty weird. So, yeah, so this guy's story is that, so who was the president in, like, 1930? You know?
Keep
FDR.
talking. I'll look it up.
What?
FDR.
Who was before him?
No, when we see a major though, I thought you said it was like 1910 or something.
No, like 1930 or
No.
1925.
He was a major during World War II.
No, I got that. I'm just asking.
No, we're telling Joe. Joe thinks you're
25?
saying he was in the 20s.
Yeah, rattle off some presidents around then.
Woodrow Wilson was at World War One. Herbert Hoover.
Yep.
No.
That
Dude,
was
I'm
after.
telling you, somewhere between 1920 and 1935. I need
Ooh, all right, fine. Here we go.
this. Who do
Keep
we got?
talking.
Keep talking while I do this.
Need a list of presidents. So, this guy, Dick Bong.
I'm gonna laugh
Yeah,
every single time I hear
yeah.
his name.
Okay, so it was Woodrow Wilson, and then it was Taft, our fattest president. Then Teddy Roosevelt, William McKinley, Grover Cleveland. I know that was backwards.
Let's just
That
say
was
it
backwards.
Taft. I think
That
it
was very backwards.
I think it
I was pretty
Taft.
close though, because I had Woodrow Wilson, then I forgot about Calvin Coolidge, but I did remember Herbert Hoover, and then it's FDR for like the foreseeable future.
Let's just throw
But-
out Taft because I forget. So,
1912, Taft, nice, fattest
Dick-
president
Dick Bong lived in Wisconsin
until Donald Trump.
and he lived kind of near where Taft used to go vacation, and they would fly in food and shit to him. So Dick Bong got obsessed with aviation, and he said, "I want to be a pilot." So
This is
then
what we do.
World War II rolls around. He gets in the fucking shit and joins the army, becomes a fighter pilot. He got sent to New Guinea.
Can you move your laptop a little closer? Me and Dom's like audio levels are like maxing out, and yours is like barely showing up.
Oh fuck, that sucks. So Dick Bong was flying around New Guinea. Eventually, got sent to Japan. And
Wait, what did you just say?
He was one of the first aces in World War II
Say it
against the
again.
Japanese. So that's cool. So he got the aces 5 kills. And anyways, throughout his time, he ended up racking up over 40 kills and got the Medal of Honor for that.
That's 8 aces if I do my math right.
It's 8 aces. And
Must be a record.
it's a real good
That's
record. It's
cool.
more than Eddie Rickenbacker. He had like 30. So he was the like number 1 ace of World War II for the U.S. and he flew the P-38 and just fucking ripped apart Zeros and fucking Kates and all these other Japanese aircraft.
I've decided even though I have my list, I'm not gonna add anything to my list, but I am gonna look up people you're talking about as you're doing it, so I can kind of follow
Yeah.
along. I'm reading right here when he was in the New Guinea campaign. Dick Bong fought at the Battle of Bunagana,
Wow.
and that's a great sentence.
Dick Bong fought in the Battle of Bunagana.
Bunagana.
The old.
Punta Cana.
No.
Bunagana.
Did you hear that, Joe? Dick Bong fought in the Battle of Bunagana.
All right. Are we even talking about history now? Or are we just
Yeah,
looking up
it's
something?
real. It
No,
was in the New
dude,
Guinea
don't make
campaign.
fun of Dick Bong, dude. He fought in the Battle of Bunagana. He was awesome. Flew a P-38.
He fought in the Dick Bong fought in the Battle of Willy Wonka. What the fuck are we talking about?
That was
over here?
pretty cool. He even took out an enemy Zero one time by ramming it and not dying. Pretty cool. But
That is major badass.
That's fucking
If he
insane.
wasn't already badass enough.
well, he said he wasn't a good shot, so he got as close as he could to these guys before opening up, and he hit one of them. with
What
his
a
airplane.
bad boy. He was being
Bad.
modest. He killed more people than anyone. I'm a bad shot. I mostly just ram him.
Yeah,
That guy's
let's
a
just get up
badass.
to him.
He's being
So-
modest.
So Dick Bong flew the P-38. It was fucking awesome at top speed, like 400 miles an hour. And what happened to him is they eventually moved him to test pilot, and he flew the I think it was the P-80 Shooting Star. I might be wrong, but it was one of our first jets. And and one of the fuel
Pretty cool
pumps,
name for the first jet, Shooting Star.
pretty good name. One of the on takeoff, one of the fuel pumps had a fucking issue, and he blew up and died. And he died. Does this date ring a bell? August 6th, 1945.
A date that would live in infamy one day before it's Joe's birthday.
Pretty close. So all the above is right. It's the day we dropped the first atomic bomb on Japan. So he was on the front page of the paper with the news of that.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Like Dick Bong
That's
dies
wild.
in Shooting
Dick
Star
Bong.
accident, and we bombed Japan. At
That's
the
awesome.
same fucking
but
date.
mainly our hero died, but also
Yes.
100,000 Japanese people died, and 200,000 of them will die from radiation poisoning. But really,
Our
I mean, come
hero
on,
is
this guy's a
gone.
hero.
So, pour one out
That is
for
wild shit,
Major Dick Bong, one of the best dicks America has ever known.
This is
That's
a
awesome,
sweet
dude.
fucking
Imagine
jet.
if Chris Kyle died in a training exercise. Someone like hit him with like fucking flashbang and he just died. You're like, whoopsie daisy, that's our guy.
Yeah, we got him. Didn't Chris Kyle die at a shooting range?
I think Chris Kyle's still alive.
No, Chris Kyle.
No, yeah.
He was giving shooting like
The American Sniper we're talking
American
about, right?
Sniper was given like I've seen the movie like 45 times. I know.
So he did actually die in the way that Dick Bong did, like just innocuously
Yeah,
training.
he was doing like a fundraiser.
I'm the analogy
He
king.
was doing a
What about
fundraiser
that?
for like
Then you know what he's doing.
PTSD or something, and he had a bunch of Marines there. And
That's
one
ironic.
guy was all messed
That's
up.
kind of ironic, dude.
I
Chris
know.
Kyle's like, hey, listen to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. He went to
People, war is hell, you know?
PTSD with guns, and one of them shot and killed him. At a shooting.
That's amazing.
That's exactly
I did
what
not know
happened.
that. Wow.
So, it's actually worse than that.
Oh no! I'm glad it wasn't better than that because then you would have shot on Dylan's story, which is unacceptable.
He was murdered.
By himself?
No, by
It was
another
a
veteran.
self-murder?
That's what I just said.
What?
That's exactly what I just said. He was murdered.
Oh, I wasn't
At the-
listening.
at-
I thought you said he was with
What
his
the
friend
fuck?
and they both died.
No.
No.
They're
They're
at a shooting
at a
range.
gun range.
They're at
and
a
it's
gun range,
PTSD.
and a guy he was training just turned the gun on him and killed him.
Yeah, I knew
God,
that.
dude.
I just told you that.
The guy got the Afghanistan Medal of Honor, dude.
That's fucked.
It's just a bedazzled poppy. Like that's our for the cause.
That's our boy.
You think that guy killed Chris Kyle? He woke up and he had 42 virgins. He's like, what the fuck is this? Trust me, my friend. My friend, you've done more good than you know in this world, my friend. Wow, what a piece of shit though. What a piece of shit move to do.
So who's got?
You know what? You know what it was? It was a dick move.
It was
I'll go next.
Oh.
dick move. Chris.
If we're
Kyle.
talking about war criminals, which I wouldn't say Chris Kyle is one, but I would say that obviously a criminal is to shoot the guy. I would bring up one of the most famous dicks in history, and he made well and sure of that. Can you guys guess what I'm talking about? Just by talking like this, I'm talking about the former Vice President of the United States under George W. Bush, Dick Cheney,
Also
one of the
gun
biggest dicks in
aficionado.
American history. Yeah.
He also.
Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
He also liked guns.
Yeah, keep
This is
talking.
true.
I'm reloading my gun. You like guns a lot. Also,
You could say-
famously
you could say he was-
heavy alcoholic, failed politician, major DUIs. He got DUIs in the time where to get a DUI, you basically had to run over a kid, and he got a DUI then.
From
You know,
that.
in the middle of what was it, Oklahoma or Texas? It was like one of those like southern states where like you can drive 100 miles an hour for 100 miles and not see a person, and he still got multiple DUIs. So that is a commitment to the craft.
Wow.
But he turned his whole life around and became one of the biggest war criminals in world history. So he really figured
You can say
there's hope for all of us.
You can say Dick Cheney was a real nut.
He was a real oh boy. He was a real knucklehead, that guy. And he started 2 false wars. One of them, I get why they did it, but 9/11 wasn't really fighting against a country, but we figured it out. Anyways, he basically was the president of the United States for a long time. George Bush was his puppet. Hello, I'm George Bush. Yeah.
I want to circle back a little
which-
bit. I feel like you didn't see.
It's
what
like the opposite of Trump and Pence, where like the other guy is the main guy and the other guy's just like around for the ride.
I just
Go
want
ahead,
to
Dylan.
circle back a little bit. I feel like you didn't see what
Let's
I did.
circle back.
What I did there.
Oh, I missed the joke. Sorry, go ahead.
I said Dick Cheney was a real nut.
Yeah, I thought I was compounding
Yeah.
on that. Did I miss?
You
the-
get
I laughed at that too.
Dom got it. I feel like you still don't get it.
well, why don't you explain it to me?
Well, his name's Dick, and he's a nut.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah, no, I thought that was
like
doing
a
service to
testicle,
that, and
like a testicle.
yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you explained it for the audience, but I thought that I understood that aspect.
Okay, it just
of it,
looked like you
dick and
didn't at
nuts.
all.
Because he's a dick.
You just brushed.
Oh, but I
over-
mean, I was trying to go like, hey, that's a good one, and
yeah,
keep
well, you
moving
just
on. But we can
breezed over
circle
that
back
like
to
it was
that.
Not a good joke.
Yeah.
Well, you know
Anyway,
what?
so he was
Anyways.
a vice president for some number of years.
Fool
He
me
was,
once, shame on me. Fool, you can't fool me twice.
yeah, there's Bush right there. Perfect. Game over twice. Mission accomplished. So anyway, yeah, he obviously was. I don't think he was an executive, but he was a consultant for Halliburton and Lockheed. He was basically worked with all the major military industries in America, and then started two wars and made them billions, nearly trillions of dollars over it. So to them, he's one of their biggest assets of all time. You know, rivaled only by maybe Henry Kissinger, rather, when it comes down to politician type people who can help the military-industrial complex seize power to some degree and become more wealthy and rich. And I saw a picture today with the guys posing of all the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and I was like, well, I guess it has been some number of years. It'd be cool to see the footage because it's kind of hard to remember. We were kind of young at the time, and I saw the pictures, and it was a bunch of guys on piles of gold bars, like CEOs like posing with that shit. Oh, okay, we found him. That's the yellow cake.
They're just sliding down the railings of Saddam Hussein's mansion, then sitting on his Rolls Royce. They're like,
Yeah,
"We found him.
yeah,
We got
just,
it."
you know, saving the world, you know, trying to protect and serve the world. World police. Anyway, yeah, Dave, oh my God. Dick
Dave.
Cheney, colossal piece of shit, caused more suffering than we could ever hope to. They talk about serial killers being really gross motherfuckers, and obviously they kill like 10 people, and they're awful people, but to kill, 100,000 people, you have to be a real stand-up guy, like Dick Cheney is, and he has one saving grace to his whole career, besides the fact that he used to be a booze bag, which I think that's pretty funny that he became vice president after doing that. That's a plus in his category. Other plus, surprisingly, daughter came out as a lesbian a long time ago, supported her immediately. I mean, we're talking about like early 2000s, and
Wow.
it was dangerous. Like Barack Obama didn't support gay marriage. But this guy was like, my lesbian daughter's fine. I'll fucking, if you don't agree with me, you'll have weapons of mass destruction in your house.
I'll take you hunting.
That's what I was going to say next. I'll
Sorry.
take you hunting. Also famously had a hunting accident where you shot the guy in the face. But luckily it was only bird shot, so he didn't die. He was just permanently disfigured and couldn't use his muscles in his face anymore. So it's all good. And the guy, also, to show you the amount of power that this guy had, the guy was shot in the face in a quail hunt, and he apologized to Dick Cheney for being like, I shouldn't have gotten away with your gun. That was my bad, too. He apologized to him for getting shot in the face. I mean, this guy had power, dude. Dick Cheney is my pick for biggest dick, first dick, whatever it is. It's not a list. It's just for us talking.
It's just a group.
It's not a bowl.
It's not a bull. I know that. If you took Dick Cheney's career and you put it in like a tube, it would be at least
Be
twice.
like twice as long.
It'd be like a hot dog.
And of course, Dick Cheney, not alive. Paul Rubens died this week. Dick Cheney, still living, still breathing on some kind of Darth Vader style breathing device or whatever. So just goes to show you that God may be real, but he doesn't like good people. He likes people who seize power and cause violence and secure their life into the end of the life.
Hey, Billy
just ask
Joel
all of
told
your
us that only the
lovely
good die young.
grandparents who aren't with us who deserve to be here. Dick Cheney or them. And we got our answer. Henry Kissinger, also not dead. 175 years old.
Wow.
And not dead. It makes no sense at all. The devil is either very powerful or God likes war criminals. I don't know which one it is, but something. I'm not here to say. I'm not here to ask questions.
As long as you make a sticker for your bumper that says "God likes war criminals,"
It's
be
kind of hard
great.
to argue with their success rate and their survival rate. I mean, you put that up against all the 2-year-old kids who die of botfly worms in their brain. I go, he's definitely favoring one of these people over the other. It's not the kids. So. But he works in mysterious ways. Anyways,
This is
moving on,
true.
Dom. Please get me off this. What's up, Giles?
Nice. So one thing I have written down for this list that I didn't even know what we were really doing is
Yeah. Also, by the way, you're forgiven for anything you say because you didn't know. We did it on purpose.
we were talking about presidents earlier. Let's talk about a really shitty president.
Let's
Not
go.
necessarily for what he did as president, earlier in his life. And that'd be our boy number 3 there, Thomas Jefferson.
Oh.
Yeah,
His dick
he
is
did a
pretty
lot of
famous.
really important stuff, but Jesus Christ, this is great. I love this. So he had slaves. everyone did back then. It sucks. Not the
Well,
biggest deal. What
A
else
lot
you say?
of very
A lot of-
wealthy
in that
landowners
era, yeah.
did, but most people didn't have slaves.
But so in one of the books that he wrote a lot of books. In one of the books, he said that black people, quote, secrete less by the kidneys and more by the glands of the skin, which gives them a very strong and disagreeable odor, end quote.
Okay, they say the same about you, my friend.
He
What do
sucked.
you mean less by the kidney? What does he mean less by the kidneys?
They must
I
have
don't
thought
even know what
that's how
means.
you. I don't know how they thought kidneys worked back then.
Obviously, he's not a
Or something.
medical guy. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
You might be still working with the four humors theory back then, where there's just four liquids in your body that did, like make you sick or
Yeah.
healthy or something.
he also had a lot of. He had a whole second family with one of his slaves.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Still.
But another thing,
Even
that,
200 years later, we don't talk about that, Dom. Okay, that's not part of it.
you don't say that. There is this other thing from another book he wrote where he's talking about types of men, and
Uh-oh.
he said himself, just basically describing himself, that
Oh my
white
God, he admitted.
white Protestant men of Anglo-Saxon descent are superior to all other men.
And what was he?
A white Protestant Anglo-Saxon descent.
That's interesting that he would say that. That's interesting. That sucks
Great guy.
because so many of his writings and ideas are responsible for like how great and just America is today, and a lot of his ideas have been stomped on since then. But it just is a shame to know. Never meet your heroes. The guy's a real piece of shit. He had a lot of great ideas, but he's a real
Yeah.
piece of shit. Yeah,
But his hair slicked back real nice.
really, really good. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to shit on Jefferson based on all the other presidents because so many of them were so bad at being president, and most of his deeds that he did were before he was president. But one of the things he did when he was president was buy half the country for like $500,000. Pretty good deal.
Yeah.
It's almost as good as the Manhattan deal. He bought like half of the country for like $500,000. It's the easiest investment you've ever made in your life. And besides that, they bought Manhattan, the island, for like $5 and like a barrel of gunpowder or whatever, which is, I think, per capita, the best investment in America, and not American, in world
Probably
history.
yeah, that's crazy.
How much money that island has made since we bought it, I mean, it's just crazy. So yeah, Jefferson sucks. A couple of good ideas though. Helped write the Constitution.
Yeah, well, even just think like how much was $5 to them back then? It was it was a chunk of change, not a huge amount,
Yeah.
but it was like probably like having $100 today.
Yeah. So
And now,
and you think
New
of it that
York
way, it's
makes
kind of
more
fair.
money. Now New York makes more money in half a second than they spent on it.
There's a bodega in New York that makes more money than that in half a second. That's true though.
Good deal.
Good
Would
deal.
recommend.
Yeah, what a dick. As I
We'll definitely be back.
If you
5
can,
stars.
if you can ever find an island very close to where you're already living that you can buy it for $5 and a barrel of gunpowder,
Mm-hmm.
I'd suggest doing it.
I mean, even
Or maybe
it's at
like a
loss.
gallon of like vape oil, because gunpowder's
Yeah.
like fine nowadays.
yeah,
Yeah,
vape
I mean,
oil
even
is
if you
good.
lose the money, it's a good investment because if you don't lose the money, you stand to make $700 trillion in the next 200 years. I think it's worth it. That's an exaggeration, but how much has Manhattan made since you bought it? I mean, god damn. I mean, Jefferson
Yeah.
did buy it.
And plus, there was that
Yeah,
whole
isn't that-
project too.
Oh my gosh, that was a fun time. Sun in a Box, episode 5. Dylan, you're next, I guess.
I guess I'm next. So, yeah, so I've got another dick, and he's pretty fucking great. He's actually fucking cat. He's
It stays in. It all stays in.
he's actually the best. He is the best
Oh.
dick because his name is Dick Best.
Oh, okay.
Richard Halsey.
The doctor's
Best.
office. Best dick? Best dick?
His name is Richard Halsey Best. He liked to go by Dick. He's
Oh, I bet he did. He liked to buy dick. Also known as John Best.
so he was excuse me, he was a
It's
Navy.
a prostitution joke for all you folks out there.
He was a Navy dive bomber in World War II, and
Wow.
he's
The amount of accredited and medallion-ridden pilots that are named Dick is gonna be this whole list.
that's why I'm saying it, dude. So Dick Best flew the SBD Dauntless, which is a Douglas manufactured dive bomber that has a pilot and then a gunner facing backwards. With a,
Dylan, I played Battle Stations Midway for Xbox. I think
you
we know what
did,
the
dude.
not was.
Best game ever made, actually.
Yes.
We never even had it. We had just the demo, and me and Joe played that game.
Yeah, just the demo was good enough.
Demo
and it was
is
also it's
cool.
1 and 1A. It's that game and then The Legend of Zelda the entire series. They're tied for first.
So much tied for first. That game was so fun. It was insane. So, SBD, I don't really know what it stands for, but in Mystery Men, it stands
Such
boy
big dick.
But I didn't hear that.
We both.
Oh,
have
well, I
something
said suck
different.
boy dick and Dom said such big dick. We were both very funny guys.
Did you guys see Mystery Men?
Yeah, Paul Rubens.
Yeah. Of course we did.
R.I.P.
But deadly.
Yeah,
Yeah, SBD, the spleen.
Yes. Yes. Great movie. Great fucking
Put my finger. R.I.P.
So,
Paul Rubens. I'm still crying.
Another
about it.
movie that was good was the movie Midway that just came out with the girl from This Is Us, who also his name is Mandy Moore, and she plays,
Yeah, and that was good because it was based on the game. Because it can't be good as an actual movie.
Midway was only a game, right?
Yeah, it was a fun game
It's a fun video game.
about killing
So
Japanese.
she's
I'm killing
Americans.
Japanese. I think I'm killing Japanese. I really think so.
I really think so.
Mandy Moore is Dick Best's wife in the movie, and Dick Best is so good because
He should have taken
Yeah.
her name. They got married.
no, because he's Dick Best, dude. So
What about
He-
Dick Moore Best or Dick Best Moore? It could have worked out really
you
well.
should, maybe you should reach out and see if he can change it on his gravestone. He died in 2001. So
I think people have been
that's a
reaching
good
for him.
one.
and they're finding that.
So he's known because he had really, honestly, out of all the Navy dive bombers,
honest,
he had
please.
believe it or not, Dick Best had the biggest balls. And what I mean by that is
Did
he
ChatGPT write this for you? Because it's really clever.
when you're a dive bomber, they have air brakes. They have like dive brakes that pop out. These holes in them. The airplane like wings like expand, so you can go straight fucking down, really slow. Line up that sight, get that bomb dropped, and the closer the better. Just like Dick Bong always did. And
Yeah.
so he would dive bomb ships, and he's getting shot up by flak the whole time, just getting fucked. Everyone's getting shot down, and he would just hold out, then release at the last second, pull up, like braze the deck, without getting shot.
Oh yeah,
down.
he did.
He sure did.
Yes, he did.
And so he was a fucking killer in Midway, the actual fucking
The video game.
history that took place on the islands of Midway.
The battle based on the video game.
Yeah,
based
yes,
on the
a
novel.
battle based on the video game, exactly. And he sank 2 aircraft carriers.
That is got to be that's got to be a record. It has to be.
In one day.
In one day. He sank the Akagi and the Hiru.
Are we sure it was just him, or he hit the last shot and he was like, "That's my kill. You get to assist. That's my kill. I had the last shot."
I don't know how the video game
So,
works. It's
that's
based
a
off the
good
video
point.
game.
I'm
Is
pretty
that-
sure he didn't get 2 on his own,
It was probably
A
a
lot of help.
cumulative event of that, but
but he got the last shot in, which is all that matters.
Well, you
Just
can
ask,
see here that the
video
first bomb was dropped by Lieutenant Edwin Kroger. And,
We don't care, it's not a
yeah.
The
dick.
second bomb was dropped by Dick Best, which penetrated the flight deck
Oh.
and exploded in the upper hangar amongst 18 fueled and armed Nakajima B-5N2 aircraft. And then the
Now
third,
this is pod racing.
and then the third bomb was dropped by Ensign Frederick Thomas Weber.
Just ensign.
And that exploded in the water near the stern. So
he missed.
Really, Dick Best is the
That's
only
the back
one that
for you folks
actually
out
hit the
there,
fucking
no.
thing. And believe it or not, later that day, Dick Best participated in the attack on the last remaining Japanese carrier, and possibly
Holy crap.
scoring one of the 4 hits that sank her.
Well, we'll just grandfather him in. It's more fun if you hit both of them. Right?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
What a beast.
Absolutely. So then, as you could expect, he was awarded the Navy Cross and the Distinguished Flying Cross, and because
Wow.
he defied extreme danger from concentrated anti-aircraft barrages, and powerful fighter opposition.
I mean,
So-
I'm joking around, but that job is absolutely insane.
Fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
Good for him, man.
And then
And one of the most important battles in the Pacific Theater, you gotta give it up to Dick Best.
you got to give to Dick Best, but unfortunately, there was an unsuccessful effort by Admiral William D. Hauser
Nelson.
to give him the Medal of Honor posthumously after Best's death in 2001. He didn't get it, and he had to.
What was
before
the
he
best
died-
death that he had?
It's a good question, but he retired after the Battle of Midway because his oxygen tanks got all fucked up in his airplane and gave him permanent lung damage.
That's awful.
Yeah.
It's the
I
best.
think I would
Actually.
have let him retire anyway. It's like you're not going to do better than that. You're never going to take down 2 aircraft carriers in the rest of your career.
No,
so
you're just gonna
retire
die.
anyway.
What they usually do is they Captain America these guys, and they send them to go once they like get
They give him
real-
the super soldier serum.
once they
We should have done it. It's our bad. We should have done it before the battle, but now you deserve it.
once they
juice
get
up.
really accomplished, they would just send them to sell war bonds. Like, here's a hero, buy war bonds.
Yeah, they're like a salesperson, like a
Yeah, what do you
figurehead.
get for war bonds? Just a fucking piece of paper?
Yeah, pretty much. I believe. I think you were
Basically-
supposed to be able. It was no. You get money later on because it was still a bond.
Yeah, you pay the government money now, and they pay you back later. Basically, it's like a loan the government takes on their own citizens.
Which, if we had lost, well, no one would have gotten.
They
their
weren't
money
getting
back.
paid out. Yeah, because the government can enforce, a loan on you because they can seize your property, seize your person. But if they renege on us, what do? We rise up against them, and then they kill us all. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
yeah. I would not give.
It's a one-way
money.
street. That's why propaganda was a big sales tool there. Because if you actually thought, like, why don't you just loan us money, and then if we lose, you don't get it back, you go, we need this for the war effort. Now pull out Captain America and Dick Best and make people pay us money. And everyone's like, okay, yeah.
Well, it's like at the grocery store when it's like, would you like to donate to the poor? It's like, I am the poor,
Why don't you do it?
and and
You have $1 billion, I have 10.
and
Why don't you
hey,
fucking do it?
Walgreens, how about you fucking buy the red noses?
Yeah.
You fucking help this charity.
You see, I'm buying a can of Coke instead of a bottle because I can't afford it, but I'll donate.
Exactly. If you're buying
Okay.
a can of Coke,
Also, I went to Walgreens to buy a single can of Coke. 'Cause I can't afford.
Yeah,
all
I
that
think we're in
grocery
different
stuff.
positions here.
because this is my dinner. Okay.
I'm eating a Coke can for dinner, but I'll donate to the poor kids. And then also, by the end of it, they take all the donations that everyone made on the register. They go, we donated $1.5 million this year to children in need. Did you, or you took everyone's change at the cash register and you passed it off and wrote it off as a tax credit? Fuck corporations ask me to donate. Fuck you.
I'm so tired of people asking me for money like that in that fashion.
I know, it's like, Mom, lose my number. You know what I mean? Nah, we're kidding around.
Oh yeah, it's funny shit.
It's really the opposite with us. I'm like,
so yeah,
hey,
Dick
Mom, can
Best,
I get a
he
plane
was-
ticket for free, please?
Dick Best.
I know you want me. I know you want to see your son.
I will not go there unless you make
You
pay
better
me.
buy it for me, or you'll never fucking see me again.
If I have to pay for one dinner when I'm down there, I'm never coming back. You understand me?
I will lock myself in my room and cry the rest of the week. Oh, you guys never did that?
No, I was laughing because it was so relatable. That's a good one, Dylan. The 2 best dicks in military history, in United States military history.
The best bong and the best.
Best.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Also, I
guess
don't think we talked enough about Dick Best's
I think we-
penetration.
I think we that was as funny as it was gonna get. I don't think we need to rehash it because it's gonna make it less funny.
He was.
that was funny,
He
though.
was the ultimate penetrator. I mean, he dropped dive bombs that go straight.
I was wrong. It did get funnier.
Penetrate,
Dylan did it.
penetrate the decks of ships. I mean, that's.
I can say when I'm wrong. It was
Oh,
funny that I brought
shit.
it up again.
It's pretty cool.
Anyway, so I'll bring out my next dick, and we'll kind of keep in the theater of political military stuff before, because most of my other dicks have anything to do with war or anything like that, or United States history. But of course, I'd say the most famous dick possibly in American history. Unfortunately, most people don't know about Dick Best or Dick Bong, but they do know about Tricky Dick, aka Dick Nixon, the former president of the United States who was not a crook. The funny shit about him is that he used to be the vice president well before he was president. It was like Biden, where he's like, I'll come back later. I'm going to get you later. And he came back in, and he hit the exact time he needed to. All these hippie-ass kids and all these minorities were getting all uppity about stuff, and he came up with the idea of the silent majority, otherwise known as everyone who doesn't like shit to change and is mad about all the kids and blacks. And he's like, I'm going to get elected. And he won by a good margin. They're like, all right, change it back to what it was 10 years ago, Richard. And he's like, all right, I'm going to serve my time. I'm going to go to and do things in Vietnam. JFK really teed me up for this, and I'm going to Vietnam the fuck out of this, and I'm going to get impeached and, get indicted. So basically, Richard Nixon goes down in history, one of the worst presidents in the United States history, and going into it had one of the highest approval ratings because everyone hated hippies and minorities. I think that he was an important part of American history because it showed a lot of people that not only can the president be fallible, and even if he's elected by the majority, the silent majority of people who voted, but of course most people who were against him weren't voting anyway. They were doing LSD in a field somewhere. It's not their fault. But basically, the guy won. The guy sucked. He got us entrenched in Vietnam. He committed crimes. He was impeached. He was thrown out. And I think, I mean, all joking aside, it is important to know that the president can be held accountable for his actions. And I know it's a rare thing that it was the first time it ever happened to that degree. There's been impeachments before, but that was the first time he was actually like, and again, instead of being impeached and getting thrown out, he chose to resign because it's the move. Like, if you're going to lose already, just resign. You can go with some level of dignity. And then his vice president, Gerald Ford, had to become the dude after that, right?
The dude.
So he was like, all right, Johnson, I'm like Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford's like, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here. But that's all out the window now. We know that in modern politics, the president can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's not held accountable whatsoever. And if he is going to be held accountable, just load up the Supreme Court with judges who are your best friends and go on yacht trips with you, and then you'll never be held accountable for anything. And if you are, after the fact, people will just say you're trying to take him down for political gain. So, I don't know. America's great. I'm trying to get off this political shit.
Great place.
Move on.
Yeah, so it is interesting to go off of that a little bit.
The ghosts.
The cum shot?
You floppy donkey thing? No, it's
No,
interesting.
Big
The
horse
ghosts.
cock coming out of the wall. Remember us coming out of the wall like, oh, fuck, I just had a huge cum shot.
Yeah,
He is one of the funniest people ever. So 6 presidents in a row is kind of, so it's FDR dies, his vice president Harry Truman comes in, then it's Eisenhower.
Drops the bomb.
Yeah. Then it's Eisenhower, and that's when Richard Nixon is the vice president. Then it's
That's when it was,
JFK.
okay.
He dies in office. Vice President Lyndon Johnson comes in. Then Richard Nixon gets it. Second term, kicked out. Gerald Ford, his vice president, gets it. So it's like happens 3 times in 6
That's
presidents.
tumultuous. That's tumultuous.
Wow.
Eisenhower, one of the best, what do you call it, exit speeches of all time, and it still rings true today. It's so fucking good.
Do you want to share?
You must have heard that before, Dylan. You ever heard that one?
I don't know.
He talks about, he literally is a 5-star general who got elected president for winning World War II, and he goes, be careful of the military-industrial complex. It's bad. We can't be going to war every year. It's fucking bad. Literally, a general and president said that, and everyone collectively went, and shut the fuck up. We respected you until right now. No, shut the fuck up. We're going to ignore what you said for the next 50 years. Let's go to Iraq, baby. Woo!
It's the same
It was
thing.
a general and a president said that. Not some activist, not some
Yeah.
fucking hippie. He was like, I'm telling you, it's bad news. And they're like, fuck you,
Yeah.
shut up, you fucking hippie.
It's the same fucking thing that happened when George Washington was leaving. He was like, guys,
Exactly.
don't do political parties. Next person, John Adams. I'm a Federalist.
Yeah. Again, George Washington, war hero, general, then president. They're still like, as soon as they say it, it's like, fuck you, shut up. We're not doing that.
You're gone. We already have the new guy.
We want you to be a king. You're not king, so shut up.
Great.
Dom, are you going to go? Or
What?
It's your
do you have
turn.
another dick?
Yeah, I got some other dicks here.
Well, don't let me rush you. I
which
appreciate
one
you
do
looking
I
at the
wanna
presidents,
do?
though. That was a good tag.
I did have that already open, but you know.
Well, thank you.
Fuck. I don't even remember who I was going to. Let's talk about Henry Ford.
What?
Henry
I
Ford.
didn't see this one coming.
Even though he made my favorite car manufacturer to date. Dude, fucking
What is
sucked. Ford.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you've ever heard of that car company before.
Yeah.
But
it's like
yeah,
Fiat, right?
Um,
Kind of like
yeah,
Fiat.
except Fiat owns Chrysler, so it's a little different.
Ford makes the Dodge Ram, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I was first
Jeep
getting
and Dodge. Chrysler, Jeep and Dodge.
when I was first getting into cars, I didn't fucking know shit, but I thought I did. I was, I don't know, 11, 12. I typed into
That's
Google
the Dunning-Kruger effect. We learned about that in the podcast.
one time. I went into Google and I typed in Ferrari F-150, trying to get to a Ferrari F430, and I just got every other picture was one's a Ferrari, one's a Ford, one's a Ferrari, one's a Ford. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I thought this was a real car, and I didn't realize it until like years later.
Dude, that's so funny you say that because so the Ferrari F50.
I'm going to go piss while you guys
a lot
have
of
this discussion,
people
but
have
I'm
done that.
sure I'm not
They're
going to
like,
say
oh,
anything.
it
Go
was a
ahead.
Ferrari F150. I'm like, it's an F50.
Yeah, that's not what that's not even what I was going for though. I was going for the F430
Nice.
because I didn't even know about older cars yet. I was only knew about like what was that was like this was the new Ferrari, the F430 Moderna, whatever. Not the Moderna. That's a
Hey,
medical company.
I thought my first car was Ford. So
The Lamborghini Pfizer.
No, it'd be the Fiat Pfizer, dumbass.
I'm sorry.
Are you gonna go to the bathroom or what?
I was joking. I'm a professional, okay?
All right. But so I know I found a story about Henry Ford that I'd never heard before about him being a dick.
cool.
So he was the owner of the Dearborn Independent newspaper, and he.
Of course he was. All these rich people just buy the news. They go, I'm going to tell
Yep.
people what I hear.
I'm gonna be the news.
It's such an insane thing to do. That
It is crazy.
It's
Yeah,
like, I'm
and
just
it's
going to buy the
in-
news. They'll hear what I want to say.
in
It's totally
Dearborn.
legal. Why?
In Dearborn, the location of his most state-of-the-art factory.
Nice. There you go. Cool.
So there was constant publications of anti-Semitic articles and stuff, including.
Nice.
Do you guys ever hear of the 1919 World Series Black Sox scandal?
You told me
No.
about it before, but let's tell the listeners.
Sounds
It's,
like it screams Henry Ford had something to do with this. If I'm right.
He didn't have anything to do with it, but he had some choice words about it. Basically, in 1919
Well, let's
World
put it this way,
Series,
Dylan. Is there a team called the Black Sox anymore?
I don't watch sports.
Well, if you had to guess.
No.
All right, Dom, continue the joke.
I will continue the joke because this team was not the Black Sox. That was just the name of the scandal. It was the 1919 White Sox taking on
Yeah.
the Cincinnati
Chicago.
Reds in the World Series. And a bookie from Boston offered 8 players on the White Sox a total of $80,000 to throw the last game of the World Series so the Reds would win. And they did it.
It costs
There
the
were-
same as the Louisiana Purchase. To throw the World Series.
Imagine how much money that bookie was making off the Reds winning that he was like, I'll pay you $80,000 to not win.
I know. And imagine how much those baseball players
probably
weren't
won
winning
Manhattan.
to split $80,000 to lose the World Series. You get paid that for a commercial during the World Series if you're in the game. You get paid $80 million the next 10 years if you win the World Series. They're like, yeah, I'll take that bet. You're like, God damn. Sports people used to get paid nothing, dude. Babe Ruth had to, like, valet and shit.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so $10,000 in 1919 is today's equivalence of $176,000.
All right, so multiply that by 8.
8. That's how much he was willing to pay.
Damn.
So 2 of their superstars faked illnesses to not have to play, and the other 6 purposely played bad, made errors on the field, purposely struck
Yeah.
out looking, and
Dude,
they got
the
caught.
sick guys it's a bitch move, but it's a smart move. Be like, I can't fake it the whole time. I'm just gonna say I'm sick. The other guy's like, shit, I didn't think of that. I'm gonna have to play bad in the World Series for the whole game.
Without looking like I'm doing it on purpose.
Oh man, that's way harder than just not playing.
Yeah. So all 8.
If I would be like, I'm not paying those guys who called out sick. That doesn't count. You have to go up there and look good but be bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm paying
So
you for.
Everyone found out about it. All 8 guys that were involved in it got permanently banned from the MLB. And
They should have been arrested for fraud.
Henry Ford was.
It's money fraud, right? You're fucking. I mean, nowadays you would definitely get arrested for that. You can't just be
you'd
like,
definitely be in jail.
all right,
for
you're
that.
suspended. You know, like that's a money fraud.
That's like insider trading sports bets edition.
Exactly. Yeah, coming this fall.
So Henry Ford was so mad about that whole scandal that he blamed the Jews for baseball's problems.
There you go. That's the move.
And
that's who did it. The
direct
Boston
quote,
sports bookie. That's what we didn't know.
Direct quote from Henry Ford in the Dearborn Independent. If fans wish to know the trouble with American baseball, they have it in 3 words. Too much Jew.
Oh my god, dude! Make it less obvious.
Also, he created the 5-day, 40-hour work week. So fuck him.
Yeah, so he's a real piece of shit. Thanks for the cars, but someone else would have done it too. And
you know who else did it? The guy who built his engines, the Dodge brothers, the guys that built transmissions, Mr. Chevrolet.
Yeah.
They're all like, "Hey, you suck. We're gonna go do our own cars."
That's like saying Elon Musk invented electric cars. Like, no, he was the figurehead of a company that promoted them the best, you know.
But he did start Twitter.
Anyway, Dylan, you've been quite quiet about this. Are you deciding an NDA with Ford? I don't mean to.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what Ford's equivalent of Chevy Truck Month is. What do they celebrate?
It's a Ford Crystal Knocked month.
Also
the night of broken windshields. Come on, that's funny.
It's nice.
Apparently,
but there's a Subaru Summer, Chevy Truck Month,
Happy
Lexus
Honda days.
December to remember.
Toyota-thon, of course.
Toyota-thon. What's Ford have? What?
Happy Honda days.
Happy Honda days. What's Ford doing?
I don't know. Do they even have a month? They say it's Ford year this year. Every year you have to buy a Ford or you're a bitch.
Maybe. I feel like that. So everyone celebrates their own.
Of course, yeah. I can't think of a Ford one. You're right.
Yeah, I really think I like a Lexus December to Remember sales event. Although
that one is so good.
It just seems
December
like,
to Remember.
It just seems really nice.
Those marketing teams need to be promoted.
I like I share a birthday with the execution date of Saddam Hussein and Tiger Woods. So I may.
Dylan, do you think they're gonna murder him on New Year's Eve? They're like, let's not spoil it. Let's just do it now.
Let's do it on Dylan's birthday. It'll be fine.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
My point being of that is you put the pieces together. What I just said. I was born in December, so a Lexus December to Remember sales event is around my birthday. I think that's cool.
Oh, I thought you had a bigger finish to that. But yeah, I agree. No. That's fucking sick.
That's nice, yeah. But I don't know what Ford...
I absolutely cannot find any information on if they have anything at all.
I don't think it exists. I think we would have heard of it. We have 2 car guys and a douchebag, and we can't think
the closest thing they have to it is when they have they sell so well in New England, they have the New England edition vehicle that they only sell in New England. Oh, but they don't have any Happy Honda days.
I have some
Eddie Bauer days.
Some bad news though. Like when I pulled it up on Bing, it says there's a lot of people asking.
Dom, did you Bing it? Or do you?
No, I use Google like a sane person.
When I pull it up on,
you didn't Bing it.
There's a lot of people.
You didn't use DuckDuckGo.
There's a lot. Hang on. There's a lot of people asking the same question.
I used Ask Jeeves, actually.
On Bing.
People are all asking Jeeves.
Dude, guys, everyone's asking, when is Ford Truck Month? So that must mean that they ripped off Chevy Truck Month, made it about Ford.
Yeah.
Or people just associate Truck Month with that.
Just like the drivetrain and just like the engine, and they copied and they just made it their own. Those Ford bastards.
Yeah.
Ford.
Also, apparently Hitler had a picture of Henry Ford on his desk because he used him as inspiration for Jew stuff.
When he was beating off.
Henry Ford actually got.
Oh my God!
A major...
So efficient, so Jew hating, so rich. That's gonna be me one day.
He taught me how to make meth. Henry Ford actually got like one of the most prestigious Nazi awards a citizen can get.
Got to be for an American, the #1 award. Also, it's worth mentioning his son and his grandson were pieces of shit too for the next 100 years. So it wasn't just him; it was the family tradition to be a piece of shit.
Yep.
Much like the Koch brothers. Anyway, I think this should be our. Dylan, do you have to say anything else? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that all Ford's super sales events are equally as shitty and uncreative as Henry Ford. It's like
I
Ford
agree.
President's Day 2023 sales event. What the fuck
Who
is that?
cares? Who
Like, I
fucking
want to hear
cares? Yeah.
it's a Subaru summer. You know, I don't want to hear Ford President's
Happy Honda
Day.
days. Happy Honda days. Yeah,
Exactly,
get some
dude.
creativity
Like,
in there.
What the fuck is like Ford's summer sales event? Get the fuck out.
I mean, it's like that's like the creative, like, we'll work on it. This is the placeholder title, and then they spent $10 million to advertise that. Zero effort. I mean, it's just.
They're like, oh, we
disappointing.
already have the stuff. Do we really need to rename it and reprint everything?
Whatever. Just put it out there. Americans already feel like if they don't like us, then they love the Japanese, and that makes me think of the T-shirt that I haven't bought yet, but I still have it saved so I can buy one for me and Dylan, which is the T-shirt that goes, "You can go to hell. I'm going to Toyotathon."
Yes, dude, you got it. Holy shit.
I'll put it up on the podcast, but it's a great T-shirt. Toyota logo, all red letters. You can go to hell. I'm going to Toyotathon. And then under that it says, when 0% APR on select SUVs, sedans, trucks, for 72% for months well qualified. They have the disclaimer underneath it.
On the shirt? That's fucking great.
On the shirt. That's a good shirt, man.
Oh, that's a chunky.
Good shirt.
Fucking funny. Wow.
You can go to fucking hell. Anyways, I think we should
I'm
go to
going
the
to
commercial
Toyotathon.
break. We're 43 minutes in.
I agree.
Yep, I agree. Definitely.
I don't think I can keep going unless I watch a Toyotathon video. So I'm going to go do that, and we'll be back after the commercial break, which you better believe it, folks. We're going to be putting car commercials up. Thank you both for giving me Usually I'm like, what are we going to put? I don't know what the commercial's going to be. Now I know it's going to be. What makes a Subaru Subaru?
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars.
bad deal.
Cars that break down.
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
You can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass.
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass.
Bring your tray.
Bring your title.
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her.
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike
to Big Bill Hell.
home of challenge pissing.
That's right.
Challenge pissing.
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait.
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off.
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off.
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check.
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell.
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest
And exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
guaranteed.
Hey, welcome back, guys. I'm Dom. Did I do that too early? Doesn't matter. Welcome back to another episode of Anyone Can Fucking Make a Podcast. And happy Honda Days.
Well done. That's the intro.
Cool.
And also, did I do that too early? The name of your biography. Bitch.
You're a bitch. Oh, I gotta fucking put my other headphones back in.
So we're inching back to some.
And it
more-
wasn't nutting, it was kissing somebody because that's you're too early.
We're inching back to some more dicks.
Well done.
And I've got a really good one here. This guy, during the Korean War, served as the regimental planning and training officer at Fort Dix,
No, he didn't.
and his
That's
name
awesome.
is Dick Winters.
Dick Winters
Oh,
was
yeah.
wintering at Dick's.
Dick Winters,
Band of Brothers, dude.
the regimental
you have-
planning and training officer at Fort Dix after everything he did in Band of Brothers. So
Wow.
yeah,
How do
Dick
you put that
Winters.
together?
Yep, real.
Are all your
badass.
dicks military servicemen during the World War II?
Oh, actually,
It's
now that I
okay if
think
it
about
is. I just,
My next dick is my favorite one, and he probably was. I didn't have the chance to ask him, yeah, Dick Winters, Richard Davis Winters. That's a tongue twister. He
So was he,
parachuted in Normandy on the early hours of D-Day in June 6th, 1944. Fought across France, the Netherlands, Belgium, and eventually Germany. And he was pretty badass. If you've seen Band of Brothers, you understand everything. He's super cool.
Yeah, he's
And
a
he was
cutie
played
too.
and portrayed by the English actor Damian Lewis. Good.
And was he a ginge in real life too?
Yep.
Yes, he is a ginge.
Yep.
Nice.
Just
They
like
picked
you
the
did.
proper ginge.
Yeah, you must like him a lot.
I think I love him. He's great.
Yeah. No, he's pretty.
For his service, not for his hair color. I judge men by the content of their enemies' skulls
Service.
blasted, and not by what color their hair is at birth.
Yeah, and he was that dude. Was he? Did he have a Thompson machine gun, or was he an M1 Garand guy? I think he was a Thompson.
Dom, you gotta help me with that.
I believe he was a Thompson. Yes,
He was a Thompson guy. Yeah, classic.
before he was high
Tommy
enough rank
Buns.
that he wasn't on the battlefield.
Yep. Real classic. I think he pulled out the 1911 every couple now and then, a couple times too.
Oh, you know he
Yep.
did. You
He
fucking know he
definitely
did.
did. dude.
You fucking know, brother.
You know it, brother. And if
yeah.
you are interested in visiting him, the 68th anniversary of the D-Day landings, there's a 12-foot bronze statue of him by the sculptor Steven Spears. Good name for a sculptor.
Oh, Steven Spearsberg.
Steven Spearsberg.
I was gonna go with Britney Spears' grandfather used to be an artist, but they're both legitimate
It could be.
jokes.
Dude, all those
Yeah.
people are related, man. Like, dude, the movie
I mean, Winters was from Florida.
Unforgiven, Unforgotten,
On for
The Metallica song, Unforgiven 2 or Unforgiven 3?
no, Unbroken. Unbroken.
Oh, Unbroken, yeah.
Dude, that guy who was the POW in those camps and flew the B-25s, he
Ben Affleck.
his neighbor is Angelina Jolie, so all these people are in the same fucking circle.
You know, it's all a big thing. It's a cabal. Just
all
ask
a big
Henry Ford
thing.
how it is. They're all in cahoots with each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know,
Yeah.
definitely,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. But yeah, Dick Winters, real cool.
Good shit. Good pull.
Good
Good
guy.
pull,
Another
Dick.
another guy that after he died, there was a big push for him to get the Medal of Honor, and it was declined.
Really, wow.
Yeah.
Now, so you get a statue, but you don't get the Medal of Honor, because a lot more people have gotten Medal of Honor than statues. So I wonder where the line is there.
What's the statute of limitations?
Yeah, what's the stat? I keep forgetting how to boot people.
I can do it. I can do it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
All right, Dylan.
I'm all set.
You're okay? All right, cool. Well, I don't mean to push off of our entire podcast about war criminals and war heroes. What a
And
staggering dichotomy of war. But I had to pull up what happens. This is how I always mention it. It happens every year, and I always remember. And I go, oh, I look back to my fond memories of being a kid and watching it on TV. It's 2 days after the assassination, or rather the execution of Saddam Hussein, and after Dylan's birthday. It's called New Year's Rockin' Eve with Dick Clark. One of the most famous dicks in my life. My grandma loved him, my mom loves him, and god damn it, I love him too. It's Dick Clark. He used to host New Year's Rockin' Eve. He was a TV personality for many years, but I know him from the Rockin' Eve, and I know him from the last 2
And
years.
don't forget that at one point, Dick had a stroke.
I was just about to get there. It's that. Yep, well done though. You worded it better than I did. The last 2 years, they weekend at Bernie's them, and they were like, "Hey, I'm Dick Clark," and then Rice and Chris is like, "Okay, that's enough of that. Get out of the way there, Dick." The last year, it was looking rough. It was like this is. They were like, the producers were like, "This is the last year we can do this. Like, this is not working anymore."
Yeah.
But obviously he is an American icon. He reminds me kind of like Regis Philbin, where he's not really famous for acting or comedy. He's just kind of like, I'm a guy. Hey, look at me,
Yeah.
But there used to be a place for that in American media, and there no longer is. Now that's moved to the internet. People who aren't funny and can't act can be famous as fuck, right? Like Dick Clark. So there you go. Dick Clark.
And
That's
he
all I got
was
for him. I'm not looking into
just-
his whole biography. I'm like, I don't care that much. That's my
That's
Dick
cool.
Clark.
Just want to clarify, not a war criminal though somehow.
No, well, he might have served, but I don't think that he was recognized. I mean, he was old enough; he could have been in World War II, but he probably was like, like PT boat jack off boy or whatever, because he wasn't that old.
Probably, yeah.
Just ask Kennedy; his ship had 3 of them because he was, the more money you had. But anyway, anyone knows PT boats need a full crew, and that includes a jack off boy. It gets
Yeah,
lonely out there
yeah.
at sea. Just ask the boys from Das Boot.
My favorite PT boat moment is in Apocalypse Now when they're two go in different directions, and the one coming at them, the dude
fast
has
boats,
his
right?
pants down. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just his naked butt going by, and it's funny.
That's just good old fashioned fun.
He's
That's just good
mooning
old
them.
fashioned fun.
It's really funny.
Those were they're called the fast boats. They call them in Vietnam. Is that what they call them? Or the wrong name?
PT boats. PT
Yeah.
boats are bigger than you think they are. They're still.
But I don't know. There's like a slang term for them. They're in Vietnam. They're like, yeah, I was a gunner on the fast boat or something like that. They call it something like that. They didn't call
probably
it patrol
PT
boat.
boat because PT boats are really cool because they can go full speed, which is like 40, like 30, 40 miles an hour, like very fast for a boat, and they can at full speed stop in the same length as their boat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They have
Yeah,
like a
'cause they
crazy
were,
reverse thruster system.
It was the first.
Yeah, because you can't
military
put the
boat
brakes
used.
on. If you're in the water, you have to like push backwards against yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it didn't have a propeller. It was literally like a jet with
Yeah.
a turbine.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I
and
didn't
it
know
was
that.
it was invented by Jacuzzi.
Oh my god, dude! This podcast is sick.
They didn't start
Jacuzzi
making.
invented it?
They didn't start making like personal hot tubs until after Vietnam because they helped develop it
He's
for.
like, I am
those
lousy with
boats.
these jet engines for boats. I don't know, no money in them anymore.
Just like liquid propulsion. That's what he did, and then after the war, he was like, "Let's bring it to the American people."
Dude,
They need it in their buttholes fast.
want to hear something funny
Boat.
about that?
Someone's gonna stick their dick in that someday.
So,
God willing.
You gotta
Dick,
hear this.
Dylan.
You gotta hear this because I was kind of hoping that the founder of Jacuzzi was a dick. I'm not. I'm not let down by this. So
Will you get up again?
the Jacuzzi was founded
Just
by
give him a little
the
minute. Give him a couple of minutes to think about it and fluff up a bit.
The Jacuzzi was founded by the Jacuzzi family, and
Jacuzzi. Sorry.
those founders
Jacuzzi.
are Candido Jacuzzi, Gelindo Jacuzzi, Francesco Jacuzzi, Valeriano Jacuzzi, Giuseppe Jacuzzi, Giocondo Jacuzzi, and Rachel Jacuzzi.
Otherwise known as the people you'd find in a hot tub on a Saturday night. 20 Italian people.
Hey, Gelindo, can you get me another Aperol Spritz?
Hey,
please?
Giancarlo Francisco, give me another fucking daiquiri for the jacuzzi over here. That is pretty funny, though. It could be called, like, the Reed or the Morrow. Like, it's just some guy's last name. But in my head, that name means the hot tub. But yeah, it's basically just called a hot tub.
Yeah,
It's like Kleenex,
exactly.
where,
It's like
where
Disney,
the
like
name has
Disney's
become
not-
the name
oh,
of the
fuck,
object.
Disney is his last name. I was like,
You say like Disney? It's like Disney.
no, like, do you have an example? Just say Toyota? But that's also.
I just said
not-
Kleenex. It's a perfect example, you know?
Kleenex,
Richard
there you
Kleenex,
go.
Dick Kleenex made the company.
You sure it wasn't Gelindo Kleenex?
And I'm thinking of Giancarlo Clorox. I always fuck those up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good
the
stuff.
stuff.
So
Oh,
you're dumb,
fuck.
dumb. Thanks for the fucking fact on that. I like
That was good.
Yeah,
Thank you,
really,
man.
I learned that
Relationship
watching the Grand Tour. It's good shit.
Oh yeah. That's how I know the stopping distance because Jeremy Clark
Yeah.
buys one,
Yep.
and it's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So I did look it up. Dick Clark did not serve in the military.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Did he have shin
He was
splints?
he was too young to join World War II, and in 1945 is when he joined his first radio station.
Oh, so he had a job. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm doing
Get a
the
job.
the Lord's work here in America and doing the top 40
Yeah.
countdown of bebop hits from the Motown generation. Yeah.
I mean, when Hitler started doing shit over in Germany in '39, Dick Clark was 10. So he
That's
wasn't
wild.
making it into World War II.
Yeah, and as a matter of perspective, at that time, Larry King was 71 years old. So you can only imagine what it would be like
Yeah.
living in his shadow. That was before he captured the Dark Crystal and got immortal.
He was
Because he's
he
a
looked
sexy.
he looked like that in
Yeah.
1945.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, he was just as old. He was the right age for Korea, so he should have gone. But I guess he doesn't love America. But whatever. I'm not going to worry about that too much. He was too young for World War II. Yeah, so he was 18 in Korea. Yeah, he should have gone. But I guess he's doing radio shows.
Hey, people need their radio shows.
Just ask all the dicks we've already mentioned. It's your American duty to go to a foreign country and get us money for our
And-
corporations and die, you bitch.
And be total fucking badass.
All
Get as
right.
many kills as you can.
Whose
But anyways,
turn
that
is
was
it?
mine, so it's not my turn anymore.
It's mine,
it's
then.
My turn then. Isn't that the order?
No, it goes Dom next, I think.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have to do a rapid
So-
fire because I have a bunch of them. I didn't think we were talking this long. I thought we were just gonna mention them for like 5 minutes and keep going. I have like a ton of them.
I only have a
But
couple left, so it's fine.
Okay, good.
Maybe
'cause
next time you
most
can
of
do a
mine I don't
couple
have
in
that
a
much
row.
information on. I just found the name, and I was like, that's funny.
So I decided that I did have to find at least one actual dick, a little closer to what you guys were going off of. So I did a little research during the commercial break, and I came up with the ultimate dick, but in a different kind of way. Private investigator Alan J. Pinkerton. Famous for creating the Pinkerton National Detective Agency, which is, they're after Dutch and his gang. They got to get Arthur Morgan.
Yeah. I need more time, Arthur.
But he did a lot of famous stuff. During the Civil War, he worked with the Union Army and spied on the South. He was extremely accurate at telling them the strength in numbers that the armies they were going to be facing the next day had.
Okay,
you could
well,
get
let's
close
not,
enough.
let's not lionize him quite yet. He would have done the exact same thing for $10 more from the South. He didn't. He
Yeah,
wasn't
I
a
know.
fucking loyalist.
I missed this one. In 1861, he claimed to have foiled. Oh, I didn't see the word "claim" there before. I forgot. He foiled the plot in 1861 to assassinate President-elect Abraham Lincoln.
Nice.
Wow, I wish he could have done that more than once. That would have been sick.
Yeah, well, he was a detective doing his own detective agency by then. But he's buried at Graceland, which is interesting.
Well, he was a big
Oh,
Elvis
sorry.
fan.
Sorry. Graceland Cemetery in Chicago. His grave's nice. It's a nice fucking obelisk thing. Pinkerton. So that's my private dick right there.
Nice. That was good. That was a good move. I didn't even think about the name that Dick also means detective. So that was good stuff. Dylan, you
All
have
right,
another
Dylan,
one?
now it's your turn.
Yeah, no, it was good. Thanks, Tom. Private dicks are real good, dude. So,
Gumshoes.
so I'm bringing up a real good one. It's funny how
I
this
know you
guy has a nickname, and his nickname was the White Knight. But he doesn't need a nickname because his name is Dick Trickle, and he
Dick
is
Trickle.
1989 NASCAR Rookie of the Year in the Winston Cup Series, logging over 1 million laps in an estimated 2,200 races, and of those 2,200, he won 1,200 of them. And he fucking rocked.
That's
dude.
a lot of wins, buddy.
Richard Leroy Trickle is most famous.
Leroy's the
because-
middle name. Holy shit.
That's
What a
solid.
good name.
Oh yeah, Dick Leroy Trickle. He every
DLT.
race. He raced back obviously in open face helmet days, so they didn't have the full face mask.
Yeah, more of an open
He
face
always had a
situation.
lit cigarette in his fucking mouth as he's driving.
Fucking badass.
So sick. I once at my first job we had to open up a mezzanine, and for a couple months we had an area up there. I put up some chairs, threw a TV in there, and officially named it the Dick Trickle Lounge, and it was so sick. We watched Family Guy and stuff, and his story is interesting because when he was 8,
It's interesting. The ghost.
Dick was, besides being
The
like
Dicks.
the best NASCAR driver in history, obviously,
It's obvious.
and dude, including 67 wins in 1972. That was with the Artco Championship, which is like
Holy
today's
shit.
version.
Isn't that
of-
like every race?
pretty much?
Pretty much, yeah.
And is that why they named Tom Cruise from Days of Thunder Cole Trickle? Is it supposed to be like the harkening back to Dick Trickle?
Probably, except Dick Trickle is a lot fatter and cooler. So
Yeah, well, because Dick Trickle actually raced, and Tom Cruise is a Scientologist actor. So
yeah,
it's
this
like
guy's a
not-
fucking.
And obviously, Dick Trickle is funnier because your dick can trickle. I mean, I've heard
Yeah,
of that.
whatever
Mine
you
never
want.
Does, but
Yeah. So and it's just awesome. He won
Just
back-to-back ASA AC Delco championships, 1984, 85, and the 1968 USAC Stock Car Rookie of the Year. Dick
Trickle was
Damn.
the sack
Shaq
rookie of
stock
the
car
year.
Rookie of the Year. Not everyone gets that. So, but when he was a kid, he was playing tag with his cousin Verlon on the
What are these names?
It's not that long ago, and all these names are fucking insane.
on the rafters in his house under construction when he fell through the fucking floor and broke his hip.
Nice.
And he was
Old,
fucking-
nothing like a kid getting an old man injury. I broke my hip.
he fell through the fucking floor.
God damn.
And the way they wrote this is so funny. His recovery was so fucking slow that the doctors gave up and sent him home, presuming that he would be, quote unquote, he would be an invalid for the rest of his life.
It's invalid, but yeah. They pronounce it differently if you're a cripple. They call them invalids, but the word is invalid. It's exactly what it means.
He's just
You're
an
right.
invalid. Like you're a
You're an
label,
invalid human being. Like you no
like,
longer
just
are valid.
invalid, completely not functioning.
Yeah. No, you're done.
Whatever. So he's
No, you know what they said to him? Actually, I have the article up here. They said the only reason why you're still walking is because we can't amputate your hips without killing you, or we would.
Yeah, exactly. So he spent 3 years in a cast from the hip down, and then I think his
He was like
buddy-
a mummy man. He just had the fucking
Yeah.
like the iron
The
pants.
mummy man.
Yeah,
He
pretty
was
much.
doing this
So
thing.
the fucking Verlon Trickle.
You can see what I'm talking about, right? You can see my legs, but you can guess what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So Verlon Trickle took him to fucking Crown Speedway in Wisconsin Rapids, and he
goes,
said when I
Your
got
foot
there,
still works, don't it, boy?
When I got there, I was flabbergasted. I thought it was the neatest thing. Free shows were nothing compared to it. That race never left my mind until I was 16. I knew I was going to drive a race car when I was 16, and then
It never left my mind till I was 16. Then I immediately forgot about it, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in this car?
And then, and then he married Darlene, who then turned into.
Of course he did. He married Darlene, dude. These names, they're not even redneck names. They're like ancient redneck names. Like King Arthur is like Darlene, and Dick Trickle got married and became NASCAR royalty.
And then
They had a
he lived
son,
at his-
Invalid Trickle.
After they got married, they lived at his grandmother's house and then bought a trailer on someone else's property. And then his nephew.
Yeah, we can do the math on his. We got the.
Hang on, it just gets better. His nephew.
After you
loves
said
Larry the Cable
Dick Trickle
Guy.
married Darlene, every one of our listeners go, and they were at the grandma's house, and you bought the trailer. I mean, we all know how it goes. You know, it's
we know
tales
exactly
all
how
the
it
time.
goes.
Tails.
I'm glad you explained it. I'm just saying we know what you're talking about. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You got it down.
Yeah.
His nephew,
Yeah.
Chris Trickle, was also a race car driver, but then died in a drive-by shooting. And then.
What?
Yeah.
I was in a car, but it wasn't what you thought. I was murdered. It wasn't a car accident.
Yep. And then sorry.
What was
just
a drive-by shoot? What did a drive-by shooting look like when did he
don't-
die?
I don't know. Like, are we using like a hunting rifle? Like, what
It has
was
to be an automatic
Yeah.
weapon. There's no way.
I
You
thought
don't
it was
drive-bys.
Dick Cheney. It was Dick Cheney.
It was a drive-by hunting accident.
And then
He didn't use his directional. In my defense, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and his airbag didn't deploy. So,
He wasn't wearing orange. I thought he was a deer.
yeah.
No, that is. No, Dom, that is the original thing. That's not the explanation of the joke.
Was that actually what it was?
No, yeah, that's what he said.
initially?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know what heightening is, right? You're a comedy guy.
so the
It's
story
like
ended-
no. It's like they're in a hunting accident. He shot him by accident. Like wouldn't that be funny? It's like yeah, that's where we started. Then you go up and up until it's ridiculous, and then you move on.
So tragic ending, but kind of
Tragic
sounds like a Dick Trickle move here. So in 2013, he drove to a cemetery in North Carolina, called the police and said, "There's gonna be a dead body," and then the 911 operator asked what, and he said, "I'm the one," and then shot himself in the head at the cemetery.
Oh my god, dude! The guy couldn't help but be a badass his whole life. Imagine calling in your own suicide at a cemetery. Yeah, we got a body here. Can you describe it? Yeah, it's me. Like,
Kapow!
And then the phone, there's
And they go, wait, which
to
cemetery?
complete your call. That's badass, dude. I mean, that's obviously tragic, but what a badass move.
Tragic.
Go to a cemetery,
horrible.
call the 911, and then traumatize some poor 21-year-old girl doing a summer job. Yep, you better believe it, sister. Dick Trickle ever heard of me? Well, you're gonna hear about me now. My gosh.
Yeah, so that's Dick Trickle, man.
Wow,
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
that's awesome. I have nothing to follow that up. Honestly, like all my dicks are nothing. I mean, that was the biggest dick I have no idea what these dicks are gonna look like in comparison to that. But I guess it's not about the size; it's about the motion of the ocean. So, my next one was the first one I thought of, and when you brought up Family Guy, I thought of this too, which is Dick Army. The guy's name was Dick Army. He goes, "What's your wife's name? Vagina Coast Guard?" Anyways, economic and political advisor, as well as a politician in the late 2000s, part of the Bush administration. The guy's name was Dick Army, which was what Dick Cheney wished his name was. But then Dick Cheney thought better of it after they started Guantanamo Bay. He was like, actually, I like it being Cheney better than Army. Little prison joke for you folks out there. The other one I had that was a goofy ass name that was more of Dylan's speed but less impressive is another person named Dick Button.
I saw him on the list.
Yeah, Dick Button. I didn't know who he was, but I was like, I gotta know who this guy is. And it gets funnier. He was a professional figure skater for 20 years. Dick Button,
Awesome.
the best
Oh
figure
my
skater in
God.
America.
Dick
Great.
Button.
Dick Button.
Yeah. Which reminds me of Dick Buttkiss. Which is another
Yes.
great name.
Dick Butkus, the American football coach.
Yeah. Chicago Bears, I believe. Dick Buttkiss, which there's no
Butkus.
fucking way you get away with that name today. And
No,
at the time,
you know-
it had to be like, this guy's a full-on badass. You're like, you know your name's Dick Buttkiss, right? Like, literally every part of your name is gay. He's like, fuck
goes-
you. I'll smash your face with my thumb.
He goes,
Oh, sorry,
he goes, oh, you think
sorry.
Butkus is funny?
Yeah.
How about knuckle sandwich to your fucking nose right now? And then
yeah,
punch him in
yeah,
the
Dick
face.
Buckus. And what's your name? Dead kid on the lawn? What's your name? Your mom crying tomorrow wearing black?
Yeah. What's your name? What's your name? Your face is smashed into a locker right now.
What's your name? John Doe tomorrow? Because they can't recognize you from your dental records?
Can't recognize your dead body after I
Do you,
your arms
do you
off.
guys know how they got that name, Buttkiss?
How?
It was when they were coming over his great-great-grandmother to Ellis Island. They were like, oh, no, we're full for the day. He's like, come on. And, he said, all right, you got to do something for me, but it's going to be your name afterwards.
I thought you were going to say their family name was Toss Salad, but it was too long to fit on the ID card. My family name was Dick Millennial Sex Orgy, but we had to change it to Butt Kiss. You know, the Gen Z these days. They have no fear of pink eye or cholera. You need to learn them up.
Dick Buttkiss.
Well, anyways, I'll let Dom go next because I got a couple more, but it's mostly that speed.
All right, good. This is
I don't
my
have much
last
to talk
one.
about.
This is
All
my
right.
last one unless I start looking more up. So this dick,
No.
in a couple different ways, is the biggest dick because I'm talking about one Ronald Jeremy,
Oh, nice.
famous porn star Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
AKA the Hedgehog.
The Hedgehog. I did, look up some pictures through research. I found a picture of him licking his own dick, which was interesting.
Really?
It actually, if you type in Ron Jeremy dick and go to Google Images, most of the pictures are him licking his own dick.
Let me see.
That's funny that you called Google search your gallery on your phone. The first thing I saw when I looked it up was him licking his own dick.
So apparently he had his dick was a little over 9 inches, which is fucking crazy. But he's also a dick
That
because-
sounds about right. Did that sound big to you? Because to me it sounds pretty normal.
I gotta say right now, I've got Joe. Can you blur the screen on when you edit this?
We cannot and do not show it. I'll find a blurry picture for the podcast, but you can't put your phone up and show a guy kissing his own penis on YouTube.
Why?
It's not gonna happen.
It's funny. Well, the thing is,
Our channel is a golden, beautiful, innocent child. You're gonna ruin it with your phone. How dare you?
all right. Well, I want to show you. Just gonna text it to you guys.
You found it though, right? You found the pictures.
I found the pictures.
Yeah,
I'm
text it
just
to
gonna-
us. We'll look at it, and I'll put a blurred version up on the podcast. Maybe if I feel like finding it. It'll
I
be
found a
fun.
couple pictures. I found him.
For everyone else, you can just imagine what it might be like
Yeah.
to see
And
Ron
then I
Jeremy. I
found-
mean, one of the
I
most
found-
disgusting individuals in his life, even when he was a porn star, and especially now. I mean, good God. Is he dead
Well,
yet?
that's
He
the
should
other
be
thing.
dead.
No, he's not dead yet, but
How
he is.
he dead? It
In...
just goes to prove to you that the world's unfair. Ron Jeremy has been accused of sexual assault many times, and that's in the 70s when it was okay to do. Paul Rubens jerked off in one theater, and he's a fucking, a jerk. Come on now. He's
Yep.
dead.
This
guy's alive.
No, Ron Jeremy
Oh my God. dude.
was facing
This
34.
is so disgusting. Even the
Ron
one where he's
Jeremy-
supposedly like a hot porn star is disgusting. And then you lean up and it's all those poor girls that had to get oh my God, dude.
Yes,
He was
to
never
follow
hot.
to follow up on what Joe was saying.
Dude, that guy
was
is
charged-
He's the guy. I mean, he is literally the picture of when you picture like a pedophile hurting children.
Dude.
That's what I picture. Like that exact guy.
Dude. I zoomed in on
He's
the
the most
top
disgusting person I've ever seen in my life.
left. Dude, just the top. Dude, look at this guy's belly.
I'm gonna throw
button.
up, dude.
Who cares about his dick? Do you see
I'm
his
about to
belly
throw
button?
up on the podcast.
Do you see his belly button?
What do you mean? Who cares about his dick? A lot of people.
Dude, I just sent it to you. Zoom in on his belly
Dude,
button.
listen. You
gotta
think I
see
didn't
this
look
thing.
at it already? Jesus Christ! I thought I was
Zoom
gonna
in
throw
on
up.
it. I just sent it to you. It's unbelievable.
I threw my phone in disdain. Now I have to get it.
His
right, but yeah,
belly
Ron
button is
Jeremy-
out of control.
Ron, I'm not done talking about Ron Jeremy. You guys
No,
haven't
I
fucking
saw that
talked.
picture when I was looking at the disgusting pictures, dude. God damn. Even his belly button's an Audi. God damn.
Wow.
His belly button's about 6.5 inches.
He's like, my belly button 6 hard, dick 9.5 hard.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's the
he,
most
uh,
vile looking I mean, I can't imagine making a
Yes.
career off of having sex and you look like that.
It shows anyone.
If his
can
dick
do
was
that.
1 inch shorter, he would just be another guy who got arrested when he was 25. He literally has nothing going for him.
Not
I mean,
at
I
all.
don't watch
he has
pornography,
less
but
than
if I
nothing.
did, a lot of those guys look a lot better than that now. They literally are like male models. And this guy is like your uncle who's not invited around the house anymore because grandma caught him, hanging out with the dog or whatever. Like he's a disgusting
Yeah.
dude.
I'm getting changed.
Yeah, he got 34 counts
DUIs.
of rape in a 23-year period.
That's got to be a
with,
record.
with victims ranging in age between 15 and 51.
That's what I mean. Literally, he's a porn star. All he does is have sex, and he still was, sexually assaulting teenagers, adults.
And then,
I mean, the guy's the most
last time
vile
he-
piece of shit of all time. As far
Last
as
time he was
dicks
in
go.
last time, no, he's not dead yet. Last time he was
That's
in
what I
court,
mean.
which
He's
was
still alive
early
because
this
God
year.
loves war criminals and he hates kids. Rob Williams
No,
is dead,
last-
right? And Ron Jeremy is jerking off in a fucking mansion somewhere.
Yep.
No, he's not in a mansion. Last time he was on trial for one of the rapes, he couldn't recognize his own defense attorney and was deemed incompetent for trial and has been in a mental hospital ever since.
Oh, good. All right, there's some justice in this world. Syphilis does catch up to you, even if you have the drugs for it,
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
Al
actually,
Caponing.
Probably is that.
He's Al Caponing.
Al
That's
Capone.
worth saying.
Yep. Al Capone.
Oh man, on Dom, well, I'm happy you brought it up
for
for the comedy, but I am disgusted now. I don't want to think about this guy. Jesus Christ.
To be fair, I am not the one that made you, that sent you pictures of him looking at his own penis. You could have done that on your own time, but someone had
Yeah,
sent it.
but I mean that does gross me out. But the whole idea of him, but
I didn't
he's
care about
great
that.
in
I just
Boondock
like the
Saints,
top
though. He's
left
really good in that
picture
role as a
that-
piece of
Yeah,
shit, disgusting
also-
pervert.
also,
he just plays
he's in
himself
the-
in a movie. Like, oh, he's so good in that role. Like, yeah, he's just playing himself.
Ron, I want you to go out there and be you. Also, I didn't know he was Jewish.
Yeah,
So,
you wouldn't
you
think
know,
so.
Henry Ford would also
From
not
the
like
belly
it.
button.
He was also what the fuck was that show where it was all the comedians that would sit in a circle and they'd all talk to each other, and Ron Jeremy was always in the background.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah,
show?
that show rules.
Yeah. Cookie, this show on Spike TV.
I can't believe I talked over that. Say that again, Dylan. We can get that clear.
It's like Ookie Gookie Cookie the show.
Yes. They have the That 70s Show camera where it just spins around. It looks all beautiful.
Exactly.
Whoever
see-
finishes,
you
then
see-
you zoom in the cookie.
They're like, oh no, I have to eat it now because I.
That would be such a big show on the internet if they could do that show, like for real, like high stakes Ookie Cookie Cookie.
high
show.
stakes.
Like a 4K digital GoPro like spinning around whoever's like
Yeah,
about
like-
to.
Oh.
It can't be like can't be porn stars. You're like, that shit has to be like.
No, I'm talking
five-
about like regular people who are
five
like, yeah, I
regular
could probably,
guys.
no problem, I got this, like just like
you
acting.
could have $1 million just for
Yeah,
showing
you win
up.
money,
A lot
yeah.
a lot of people would show up.
Yep.
Dude, that show would be so good, dude. Oh my god.
That show would be so.
I would watch it. It'd be
Watch
disgusting, but I
that
would
show.
definitely watch it.
It'd be
High
so
stakes, dude.
funny. It'd be so. The stakes are so high.
They're so high.
Oh yeah. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks with when you release the new Dylan Go Basement podcast, Ookie Gookie Cookie, the TV show.
Yeah, we're gonna need to put the
Coming
Patreon.
soon.
That's gonna be off of YouTube, I think. We're gonna do it on the Patreon profile.
Yeah, we'll have to
Maybe
start
our
with
OnlyFans
the-
account. We can do that.
So what's going to happen is we're each going to have to pick a contender, and we're going to be competing against each other.
Oh,
but
dude,
they're gonna
some
be doing
guy
the
just
jerking.
walks in there looking like Ron Jeremy's son. It's like, what? Like 30 seconds, he's done. He's like, who's laughing now? Everyone I've ever met.
He's like, I've been training my entire life for this moment.
For this moment.
I work out 4 to 5 times a day.
Holy shit!
No,
that'd be
that's the catch, though, because if you work out that muscle, I feel like it doesn't make you quicker. It makes you slower, which is a
Yeah,
weird,
it does. It's called the Kegels.
Yeah,
How
does
they
that work
more
for guys,
muscle
too? Is that the
training.
same muscle group? I don't know.
It is. It's important. Do Kegels. It's good for you.
Wow.
Um,
Human body is fascinating, I guess.
very fascinating. Very fascinating.
Anyways, well, of course we
all
ended
right,
up talking
Dylan,
about
you got another
penises
dick?
for at least
Yeah,
half
I
an
got
episode.
one. All I know about this guy is his name was Dick.
His name?
His name, yeah. His name was Dick. He was like 6'10", huge guy at church.
Ooh,
who
I
always-
didn't think you were gonna say guy after you said 6'10".
Always had a VFW. always had a
Huge person.
huge person. He always had a VFW embroidered black jacket, yellow writing, and then it said Dick right here always. And he would sometimes hand out.
Oh, this is a friend of
Wine?
Dylan's. This is a real life
dude
person.
of wine. That dude was at church forever. It's cool.
Oh, this is another St. Michael's parishioner.
Yeah, he's a legend. That guy was awesome. Every time I talk to people, I'm like, "You remember Dick?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," because his shirts, his fucking embroidered jacket said it. You know.
See, now
cool.
in my head, I'm picturing the same guy with the embroidered shirt and everything like that. But in my head, even today, because I was a teenager last time I saw him, he's like 5'11", not
Nah,
6'10".
dude, this dude was so tall.
Really?
So tall.
I mean, I don't remember.
Really?
But in my head, I remember. See, I maybe thinking of different guys, but in my head, he looked tall as a child. But then when you grew to like your height now, he looked like slightly
He was
higher.
probably
than
like a badass war vet from World War II.
yeah. You know, all those classic 6'10" World War II veterans that exist.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolute monsters, just killers, dude.
I'm pretty sure if you're 6'10", they take you on the Captain America tour right away. Like, well, we can't have any uniforms that are going to fit you, and you can't fit in literally any cars or any boats. So we're going to take you around the country being like, I'm the American man. Look how tall I am. I'm the Minute Bull of America.
Oh yeah, it's
My
like when
name's Dick.
Zelensky was like when he walks around, he picks the most enormous,
Yeah, the huge
Ukrainian
people.
dudes.
Yeah.
He'd be
Like,
one of those
enormous.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he did.
That's my dick, dude.
That's my dick. Well, I have a couple more to run down the list here before we exhaust ourselves. First of all, Dick Van Dyke. I would have been remiss not to mention him.
Oh, good one.
Great musical actor. Terrible British accent. Great actor. Also, the name being Dick Van Dyke. Pretty great name.
Fucking awesome.
Fits
Had a
the
TV
bill.
show called The Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah, there was a show that was
And
nationally
there was
televised.
there was
called,
nothing
it
wrong
had the
with
word
it.
Dick and Dyke in it, and that's pretty good. Obviously, Dick
And
Grayson.
Van, which means you're German, and Germans are bad.
Yeah. Obviously, Dick
Sorry,
Grayson.
continue.
You guys know who Dick Grayson is?
No, I bet you're going to tell us, though.
No.
He's Robin. He's Batman's sidekick.
Ah!
Dick
yeah,
Grayson.
which one?
Back when the first one. The
Oh,
original
the best
Dick.
Batman.
Yep.
Adam West is the best Batman. I don't care
No, no.
what
I mean,
else.
the character's name is Dick Grayson. The character.
Oh.
Like, and how Bruce Wayne is the Batman, Dick Grayson is Robin. Okay, that's which one. Okay. There's also what else we got here? Oh, Dickie Roberts, former child star. David Spade played that role, which I don't remember anything from the movie besides "That's Knuckin' Futz," which is good enough for me. That'll make the whole movie for me.
Oh,
his
that
famous
is good.
catchphrase, "That's Knuckin' Fucks." We also have Dick Hatch, the original winner of Survivor, who is famous for getting naked on TV, which sounds quaint now. In the year 2000, they're like, this guy got naked on TV. What a maniac. Oh, my God. Now everyone gets naked on TV. The most famous TV star in the world got reamed out by a failing R&B singer on camera. So it's not that crazy to be naked on TV. And I'm following it all up with my final Dick, which is the Dick Dick. Have you guys ever heard of the Dick Dick?
No.
Dick Dick Goose.
Yeah, so the Dick Dick is it stands about 30 to 40 centimeters, also known as about a foot tall at the shoulder. They're named for the alarm calls of the females. And what they are little tiny deer that are about the size like of a large rabbit.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
And because YouTube doesn't read the words you say, they just look at what you show, I can actually show you guys right now a picture of a Dick Dick.
Oh, you mean I could have shown all the things I showed you?
No.
Well, no, because this is just an animal called a Dick Dick. So look at it. Look how
I'm
tiny
pretty
it
sure
is.
Ron Jeremy's dick was an animal.
Aw,
It's cute.
cute.
It's tiny. It's like the tiniest deer in the world. And it's called the Dick Dick, and it's from Namibia. So, yeah,
Bolivia?
Look at the little guy. Or girl. But yeah, it looks like kind of like Rudolph before the movie gets going, really.
Rudolph? You
There
mean
you go.
Bambi?
Oh, no, I meant
What?
Rudolph, but Bambi is a better analogy, yeah.
Cool, just checking. Yeah.
Well,
Sweet.
you remember Rudolph had the little tiny horns, like the little nubs on his head?
Yep. Little
No,
nub
Bambi
Bambi
nubs
never
for his
had that
dick
because
dick.
Bambi was androgynous.
I don't know if I ever really watched Rudolph.
Really?
What? I don't even really watch Bambi. I think I watched
Yeah, I
Bambi when I
don't
was
think I-
5. Never watched it again. Watched Rudolph
I
every year for the
remember
past
every single
25
year.
years. Yeah, like, I've seen Rudolph like at least 30 times.
Bambi was fucked, dude. I got a couple. You know, we're kind of probably sort of wrapping it up here, guys.
Yeah.
I got a couple of shout outs. You know, because I don't
Let's
want
do
to
it.
go into detail. We didn't mention Dick Wolf yet. CSI Miami.
Oh, that was
that's a
on my
good one.
list and I missed it 'cause I wasn't crossing him off. Dick Wolf. How could I not have said
Yep.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Then Dick King Smith, children's author. Dick Warlock, movie actor.
Oh, I also have Dick Dale. Sorry, I read one more. Dick Dale.
it's-
Do you know
yeah,
what Dick Dale
throw him
is?
in here, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's good.
Dick Dale
Dick
is
Dale.
I know him as the Pulp Fiction song, but you guys know him as the Black Eyed Peas song.
Miserlou.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Miserlou by Dick Dale and the
Yep.
Dick
Dick
Punchers.
Dale. Surf guitar legend.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
dude.
go ahead, Dylan. I just couldn't not mention
No,
it.
that's good, dude. Dick Dickey, basketball player.
What the fuck? Come on.
No, it's good.
Wait, how come you have such a big list of this stuff?
It's
How
like
much
if my
time
name
have
was
you put
Joe
into this?
Joey. What the hell? Dick Dicky.
Yeah.
If your last name is Dicky, guess what? You're going by Richie. Or
Richard.
Rich. Richard
Rich.
Dicky.
Another
Actually, that's
famous
not too funny.
NASCAR driver is Dick Johnson. Pretty cool.
So Dick Dick.
What is wrong with these parents?
I
I think it's
know.
before. I really do think that the word dick didn't become synonymous with penis until like 1980. Like it really, there's so many
Yeah.
dicks, and now no one's called
Yeah.
dick anymore. It has to be because of that. It's a
It's
new
gotta
thing.
Be, dude. It's gotta be. I like this one a lot. He's a soccer coach for another country. His name is Dick Advocat with 2 A's.
Oh, he's a dick advocate.
He's advocating for the dick.
Yeah, love that. This one's just funny. Baseball player for Philly, Dick Groat. That's good.
What?
Current player or from the 70s or something.
Not current, dude. He was born
No,
1930, so this is
Yeah,
like
again,
1950.
no one's called Dick now. You're just called Richie or
No.
Rick.
Those
Or actually,
old
Rick.
baseball.
All the
players,
dicks are now
because
Ricks.
Basically, all like the old baseball players, like early 1900s, they basically just made up their own names. I mean, there was a baseball player who his on like the field first name was Boom Boom.
That's awesome. Dick
Yeah.
Boom
It
Boom
was-
would be a great name too.
That would be good. This one's good too. I like this. This guy's a politician. I don't know. I don't think he's run for president because I would remember. He's of age though. Dick Durbin. I would love to see that on a sign.
Ooh, that's a good name.
That would be funny.
I want Dick
Yeah,
for president.
Dick Durbin for president. I'd be like so funny.
Well, you're joking, but during Richard Nixon's presidency, there was definitely buttons that said "I want Dick," and it wasn't a joke. I want Dick yesterday,
Yeah.
today, and tomorrow. Dick is what America needs right now.
There are
All
so
the
many
hippies,
famous
all the
ones.
hippies are looking at that, being
Yeah.
like, "These fucking guys, these
know,
fucking
you got-
stingy old people have no idea how funny that is."
You've got "Make America Great Again." I like Ike. I want Dick.
Yeah, dude, I'd vote for him.
I want
It's
Dick.
awesome. This is good. I got one more of my randos.
I hate rando dicks.
This one's good.
Marlon Brando.
Dude, I can't. I'm not making this up. Like, I'm not at all.
I hope
making
not.
this
I hope these are all honest.
So this guy, his name is Dick Sargent.
I've heard of this name. Who is he? I've heard of Dick Sargent.
Dude, Dick Sargent was an actor who played someone on the comedy Bewitched.
Oh, it's a sitcom
Like, it's-
starring a witch who's famous for being in the statue. We talked about people who have statues. She has no Medal of Honor, but she is in Salem, I imagine. And
Yep.
Yes, but this gets even funnier. He changed his name, so he
It
was
wasn't Dick
born
Sargent.
April 9th.
he was named
it's even
Private. Shit, I fucked it up.
Private Dick.
Genitalia private.
No, I
He was
can't.
named Private
I
Parts.
can't make this shit up. I can't make it this up. I really can't. He
I can't
changed
stop
his
making this
name.
up. I'm not joking
Yeah.
around with you.
Don't forget his father, General Herpes.
All right.
So he was born Richard Stanford Cox.
Dick
So his
Cox.
name was Dick Cox. He's like, all right, that's not. I'm gonna charge Sergeant. You know,
Dick stands for Cox.
his name could have been Richard Richard Sargent, and his name's Dick Stanford Cox. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. He was born Dick Cox.
Oh my god, dude. That's what I mean. Like in 100 years, our names might mean something like that, but like at the time, they're like, yeah, it's nothing. It's like, no, it is. It's funny as hell. You named your kid Dick Stanford Cox.
So funny, dude.
No wonder
funny
he was a
doesn't sit
gay
for him.
Hollywood actor. You basically
he
made him
was.
do it.
I just thought of, although he didn't go by Dick, it works. The name works with Little Richard. Could be Little Dick.
All right,
If he
great.
if he was
Yeah.
a rapper instead of being rock and roll innovator, he'd be Lil Dick instead of Little Richard.
Yeah, not to be confused with Lil Dicky, who's not black or talented.
Those are some pretty good dicks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah,
so.
Real
And also,
good
I think that
dicks,
Little
dude.
Richard probably had a big one, even though he was like 5'1".
I'm sure he did.
Well,
Yeah.
so Dylan, out of this whole list, what was your favorite Dick?
Oh man, that's a good question. Dick
Also,
from church.
real quick though, Dom, when you said about biggest dicks in history, and you named Thomas Jefferson, I thought you would obviously bring up the podcast favorite, Grigory Rasputin, who has famously one of the biggest dicks in history. He was a big
Debatable.
dick
Oh,
as a
yes.
person and had a
Physical
large
dicks.
phallus. At the same, he's a double
Yeah.
entendre.
That he did.
Yeah, no, he's a good one, dude. That's a good question, Dom. I think.
Sorry, I blew my load on Ron Jeremy.
I think Dick from church, just because there's so much mystery behind him. You know.
You hear what he said, Dylan? I don't mind you if you don't laugh. It's not that funny.
Oh,
No, I missed it completely.
Oh, he said
thought
that
I-
he when I brought up the fact that he didn't bring up Rasputin, he said that he blew his load on Ron Jeremy, meaning that he said it to her.
It's a good one. I see what you did there.
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. Continue the joke.
Me, I just said Dick from church. He is.
Oh, Dick from Church.
Oh
right,
yeah,
right.
that's your favorite dick. All right, gotcha.
VFW jacket, embroidered
Yeah.
with his name Dick on the front. Always
Yeah.
had the jacket on, never took it off. man shrouded in mystery. I want to know
Dick
more
always
about
has
him.
the jacket.
Want to know more about him.
You can't even be mad because the entire episode that Dylan constructed here was based on us saying these phrases. So it's like,
Yep.
it just is what it is.
All right, Joe. What's your favorite Dick?
How could it be funnier to say it? So my favorite, like, the coolest one is obviously Dick Grayson being Robin, but my favorite Dick out of this list is, most of them I don't like at all. I think they're dicks. Yeah. But I have to say Dick Van Dyke because I love Mary Poppins. I love all his, little Dick Van Dyke stuff and singing and dancing and all that stuff with his big giant chompers. And he's still alive, I think, which means that he must be.
Yeah, he's
a
like
war criminal.
98.
Yeah, he must have committed a lot of crimes because I don't know how he's still alive, but yeah, Dick Van Dyke.
So what did Betty White do then?
Oh, she was a good person, so she died early.
Oh, wait
She
a
lived
minute.
150.
She has my birthday.
Yeah.
Betty
What?
White and I share a birthday.
She has a birthday the same day Saddam Hussein was hanged.
Wait, no.
This is such a good trivia thing.
Wait.
Name the date where Betty White was born and Saddam Hussein was hanged.
Oh no, I thought no.
Hint:
Yeah.
it's the same date.
No, I fucked it up. I'm sorry. She was born January 17th and died the day after my birthday.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So she died after.
She almost made it to
the day after.
99 or whatever.
She almost could have shared that with Saddam Hussein. It's such a bummer.
Oh, she just missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking.
Like she was
missed it.
born January 7th and died December 6th. She was an American hero.
American hero. And,
I have
dumb,
two
so,
kids. One was born on July 4th. One was born on January 6th. And their names are Patriot and Dick Army. Those are my kids.
so Dom,
Did we do it?
Dom, what's your favorite dick?
My favorite. I'd have to go for my favorite Dick with Dick Winters.
Oh,
Because there's just this sheer amount of times I've watched Band of Brothers. I was probably like 13 years old the first time I watched it, and I watch it all the time. I fucking love that whole thing. I know so much about all those people. I can't believe I didn't think of Dick Winters. I don't know, because I was trying to find assholes, and he wasn't an asshole.
not an asshole, dude.
Here's the dick.
So that's why I didn't think about him. He was a dick boy.
Sometimes
He's
I
a
just
great
put on a
dick.
headset and just listen to it while I'm sleeping. That's how much I like Band of Brothers.
Yeah, sometimes I put on a headset so people can't hear what I'm watching. And I,
And they think
Watch
Yeah,
it.
you're just
and then
watching.
when I go on a
You're
date,
watching the Creed Thanksgiving Day halftime show on repeat.
It's like when I die, it's like, dude, if you find me when I die, delete my search history on Google. Like, I don't want anyone knowing that. I don't want my mom
Scott
knowing
Stapp
that the
penis
only thing I
size.
looked at for the past 2 years is Creed halftime show.
Every,
Why was he?
every fucking-
Joe,
I don't
why
want
are
my
you
wife
doing
to know
that?
that
It's part of
that
our
I haven't been
sacrifice.
beating off to porn. I don't want. That's fine. I've been researching Creed for the past 20 years. She thinks when I say I'm going to my alone time, she thinks I'm beating off to pornography. I'm actually researching Scott Stapp's family history, and that's way
When you
more embarrassing.
die, when you die and they have the hearing about your will, your wife, all she gets is a single key to a storage unit, and inside is your Creed collection.
That would be so funny.
On my fucking gravestone, it goes, "Hold me now," because I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down, and I'm in a grave. You guys, if I get in a car accident tomorrow, this counts as my will, by the way. You guys download you have the studio link, you download it, and you put this up and go, sorry, everyone involved, I don't know, you're going to claim, he didn't have any next of kin, but he did say that he wants on his gravestone the quote from the song 6 Feet by Creed. He thought it'd be funny because he's being buried 6 feet. He thought it'd be funny, but,
It'd be
he
funny
lived as he
and-
died like a douchebag on the internet.
Douche.
Oh yeah, that would be funny.
Oh, man. And then I don't want my tombstone to say Joe Collins. I wanted to say Michael Clark Douglas. Who lived here? My mom's crying over my grave, being like, "It's not funny. It's Why did he do that?
It's for the joke, and that was part of your sacrifice.
It's for the lulls. It's for the lulls, mommy. Even when I die, it has to be funny." That's what I'm gonna say. And if people aren't laughing at my funeral, I want them kicked out, like a comedy show. Like if you're not
Absolutely.
laughing, you're gone. You're crying. You're out. We're doing jokes here, folks.
All jokes, just big fucking joke.
Don't worry, I'm not. Just like my life.
And then
It's called
contrary
Joke
to,
Collins. What they all call him in life, they call him in death. It's a fucking joke.
when you get in your car crash tomorrow, and next thing you know, your life is thrown upside down when Jesus appears for you in heaven, and he goes, "I will take you higher."
I'm like, is this a place where blind men see? And then Jesus is like, unfortunately, that doesn't change. When you die, you're still blind. God made you that way for a reason. He didn't change his mind.
I ran out of all my miracle juices a long time ago.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. You die, you go to heaven. You're like, I still have cancer. God's like, who gave it to you, big guy? I know you do.
Chemo's over there.
If I wanted you to look the same as and healthy, I would just shot you in the head like anyone else. But I had you have bone cancer for 10 years because I wanted it to happen. I'm the boss, man. Tell him, Jesus. Jesus is like, hey. Hey. He's the boss.
Say, Peter's there, like, with no skin. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, this is the plan. I mean, this is what we signed up for. Anyways, want to wrap it up, Dylan?
We'll wrap it up, guys. Thanks for listening to a bunch of dicks talking about dicks. That's all I got. I can't wait to see you
Well,
guys
let's
next
go
week.
then.
Let's go then. Thanks, Joe. Dom, any words of wisdom?
Make our escape.
With you?
I think we should at some point do one where Dylan and I think of a topic, but don't really explain it to Joe, and then at one time me and Joe think of a topic, don't really explain it to Dylan. So this was really fun.
Ooh, I
to
think I
have,
already
like, a
have a name for
different
the list.
perspective coming into
Lee
it.
Archibald Pussy. See you next week, folks.
I'm not a crook.
So I'm going to start with one of the most famous dicks that throughout history, Joe. A complete fucking dick.
Fuck you. You're a fucking piece of
Fucking
shit.
guy is such a dick.
It's Ford Crystal Knocked month.
It's pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
also
The night of broken windshields. Come on, that's funny.
Well, it's like at the grocery store when it's like, would you like to donate to the poor? It's like, I am the poor.
Why don't you do it?
And
You have $1 billion. I have 10.
and
Why don't you
hey,
fucking do it?
Walgreens, how about you fucking buy the Red Noses?
Yeah.
You fucking help this charity.
You see, I'm buying a can of Coke instead of a bottle because I can't afford it, but I'll donate.
Exactly. If you're buying
Okay.
a can of Coke,
Also, I went to Walgreens to buy a single can of Coke. So I can't afford it.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have
think we're in
groceries.
different positions here.
because this is my dinner.
Welcome back to another episode of Anyone Can Fucking Make a Podcast. And happy holidays.
Failed politician, major DUIs. He got DUIs in the time where to get a DUI, you basically had to run over a kid, and he got a DUI then.
From
You know,
that.
in the middle of, what was it, Oklahoma or Texas? It was one of those, like, southern states where, like, you can drive 100 miles an hour for 100 miles and not see a person, and he still got multiple DUIs. So that is a commitment to the craft.
Wow.
But he turned his whole life around and became one of the biggest war criminals in world history. So he really figured it out.
You can say
There's hope for all of us.
You can say Dick Cheney was a real nut. He drove to a cemetery in North Carolina, called the police, and said, "There's gonna be a dead body," and then the 911 operator asked, "What?" and he said, "I'm the one," and then shot himself in the head at the cemetery.
Oh my god. The guy couldn't help but be a badass his whole life. Imagine calling in your own suicide at a cemetery. Yeah, we got a body here. Can you describe it? Yeah, it's me. Click, click.
So, what the fuck was that show where it was all the comedians that would sit in a circle and they'd all talk to each other, and Ron Jeremy was always in the background?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, that show rules.
Yeah. Cookie, this show on Spike TV.
I can't believe I talked over that. Say that again, Dylan. We can get that clear.
It's said Cookie the show.
Yes. They have the That 70s Show camera where it just spins around and looks all beautiful.
Exactly.
Whoever finishes, then you zoom in the cookie.
Oh no, I have to eat it now. Betty
What?
White and I share a birthday.
She has a birthday the same day Saddam Hussein was hanged.
Wait, no.
This is such a good trivia thing.
Wait. It's a good question, Dom. I think.
Sorry, I blew my load on Ron Jeremy.
I think Dick from Church, just because there's so much mystery behind him. You know.
Home of challenge pissing.